It rained all morning here in the city of brotherly love. The field is wet, and it is a cold, damp afternoon, 45 degrees, and a very small crowd on hand. Let's check the standings in the NFC West. And you see that the Rams are one game ahead of New Orleans, and the Saints are playing in the snow at New England today. The 49ers play later today. Atlanta's at Washington, and they're still very much in the race. This is a must game for the Los Angeles Rams. I'm Jack Buck with Hank Stram. Hank, these Eagles haven't won a game at home all year. They're 0-6, lost 7 in a row. Now they have to stop Eric Dickerson. How do they do that?
I think they have to use landmines, Jack. But seriously, I think what they have to do is they have to be very careful defensively. They can't over-pursue. They've done a lot of that. They're a very aggressive team defensively. They have to stay in their lanes. The weak safety is very important because he has to stay behind Eric every time he runs sideways. But that's the kind of a disciplined game they have to play defensively.
We saw these Eagles last week against Washington, and they darn near beat the Redskins, and they do have a chance of beating the Rams here today.
I think really they finally overcome the shock of not being in the playoffs. They're relaxed, they're loose, they're out there with the idea of having a lot of fun. They finally realize, too, that they can't come off the bus trying to run the football. They have to throw it to win, and that's what they feel very strongly about. Mike Quick is a great receiver. They feel they can throw it, and if they can throw the ball efficiently and pass block well, they've got a good chance here this afternoon. They must throw the ball to win, and the Los Angeles Rams must run it to win.
Okay, Henry, the wind has blown the ball off the kicking tee a couple of times as Tony Franklin, barefoot and all, will kick to Henry Ellard, who's averaged 19 yards per kickoff return. He is flanked by Mike Goat and Barry Rudd. We're underway, and we hope you enjoy the telecast from Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. And away we go. And the wind is really affecting the ball, and it is taken by one of the wingmen, Barry Redden. He's across the 25 to the 31-yard line. You'll see some poor kicks here today because the wind will be a factor. Let's check the offensive lineup for the Rams with Vince Ferragamo, Eric Dickerson, and Mike Gooman in the backfield. Preston Denard and George Farmer, the wide receivers. Mike Barber, the leading receiver on the team, is the tight end, and the good offensive line, Bill Bain, Kent Hill, Doug Smith, Dennis Harrah, and the leader of the offensive line, the very aggressive Jackie Slater. The tackle was made by Bill Coward of the Eagles on the kickoff return, and you'll see a lot of him today. The ball is at the Rams 31. Ferragamo has completed more than 60% of his passes, and he gives to Gooman and a fumble. And the ball belongs to the Eagles. In the very first play of the game, Ray Ellis came up and got the ball when Mike Gooman fumbled it.
It looked like he knocked the ball right out of his hand.
Jerry Robinson did that, and Ellis got it.
We'll take a look at it from the end zone. Here we see the man in motion. Watch the nose man, Clark, stunt to his right. Created a problem. The ball was jarred loose from the quarterback's hand, recovered, and the Eagles have great field position on about the plus 28-yard line.
It is first down for the Eagles. Underdogs in this game going in, and the Rams have been shocked. First down, Oliver goes in motion. Jaworski's going to pass. He swings it out to Williams. And Williams is good for some yards down to the 22-yard. Mike Quick caught the ball, and he's down to the 22.
Go ahead, Jack, offensively.
The offensive line, offensive unit for the Eagles, Jaworski with Michael Williams and Hubie Oliver. Harold Carmichael has won his job back, and Mike Quick, their leading receiver. Up front, Maraldi, Kenny, Morris, Baker, Mitchell, and Vito Cav. They've had a lot of trouble with their tight ends this year on the Eagles. Michael Haddix checks into their backfield. He's number 26. He's on a wing. And it is second down and 5. Jaworski to Hubie Oliver, and he drives inside the 20. It'll be third and about 2 coming up. All of this after the fumble. Charles DeJournay, who is starting up front in the middle, made that tackle. He is up front with Jack Youngblood and Reggie Doss. Linebackers, Mel Owens, Jim Collins, Carl Eckern, George Andrus. And the defensive unit is intact in the secondary with Eric Harris, Leroy Irvin, Johnny Johnson, and Nolan Cromwell. Well, Johnson back at the safety spot after playing the corner for a couple of games.
You know,
3rd and 2.
Jack, I was about to mention about the kickoffs. 90% of the time, the team that kicks off usually scores first. Doesn't mean they're going to win the game, but let's see if that happens here. Of course, it's a little late now because they got such good field position, but that's an observation that is usually pretty accurate.
Hubie Oliver is very close to a first down, and Reggie Doss led the defensive charge. Gene Barth is the referee. He'll sort things out. We're in the early going. The clock stopped with 13 left in this period. And even if they don't make it on 3rd down, these Eagles are in a spot, Hank, where they can gamble all afternoon. They've been eliminated.
That's right, and they just can play the game to have fun, and they can go away from the standard procedure. And when you play a team like that, boy, they're very dangerous, and anything can happen.
Jaworski and the referee don't quite agree. But the referee holds 4th, and he says it is 4th down and an inch to go.
Less than a yard, Jack, early in a game like this, a team with a record they have to go for it. They can't kick a field goal.
On the sidelines, the Eagles have decided that they will go for it on 4th down at the 17. Oliver is the up back. They'll probably sneak it. No, they give it to Oliver, and he didn't get much. He didn't get much. Let's see where they mark the forward progress. George Andrews cracked in, the outside linebacker, along with Jack Youngblood, who is still seated out there, number 85, and they'll probably measure again. They're going to measure once more. It stops the clock with 12:45 left in the first quarter. You see number 34 there, Hubie Oliver?
Yeah,
he says, we've got it.
Yeah, I would think they did make it.
Now they do give it to him without the measure. It's a first down at the Rams' 16-yard line. The Eagles trying to grab an early lead. 12.5 left in the first quarter. Haddix and Oliver in the backfield for the home team. Tight end is Cab. He's lined up on the right side. Carmichael left, quick to the right. Pass play. Inside the 5, and it is caught. And it'll be 1st and goal as Big Carmichael got down to the deck, and it's 1st and goal. And sliding on the wet turf helped him.
And talking about a great-looking throw, right where it had to be thrown, the coverage was pretty good, but he whistled it low enough to Carmichael, who is very, very tall, and it's very difficult usually for him to make that kind of a play, but he made the catch, and it's down on the 1-yard line. A great throw by Jablonski.
Leroy Irvin was trying to cover on the play, and it's 1st and goal. Of course, you know that the Eagles are playing without Wilbert Montgomery, although we may see some of him today. There's Oliver. He didn't get in. He does not have a rushing touchdown all year. In fact, the Eagles' rushing game has been almost non-existent at 2nd and goal.
But Marion Campbell likes, he's got a run personality. He likes to run the football. And but I think, again, under normal circumstances, without good field position, I think Jaworski is one of the outstanding quarterbacks in the league, and I think, they're going to have to throw the ball as the game goes along. There's a good shot of Johnny Robinson. We talked to him before the game, and he was apprehensive. He knows that it's tough to play this kind of a team after the way they played, and they're much, much better than their record would indicate.
Reggie Doss and Carl Eckern led the last defensive charge at 2nd and goal. Motion by Haddix, a toss to Oliver. He needs 2 blocks, and he is over. So the Eagles, after recovering the fumble, get out in front. Good block by Major Everett, number 39.
Now, that's the first time they've used that tandem. Talking about the sledgehammer backs, Oliver and Everett. 2 big, strong guys, one of whom is a good blocker, the other is a good runner, but they made it happen. They looked like the Rams were out there in pretty good position to make the play, but he ran right through the tacklers and came out the other end.
Well, Dan Pastorini is holding, and Tony Franklin will try the extra point. He's missed 2 this year. The barefoot kicker thumps it up, and no good. Off to the left. He told me before the game that the ball is butterflying. That's the 3rd extra point try that he has missed all year. But the fumble cost the Rams 6. With 10:56 left in the first quarter.
Here's another shot from the end zone. There you see Everett out in front, number 39, and he gets a very good block on the outside, Johnny Johnson. And Oliver goes in for the touchdown. Very good job of running on his part.
After Ray Ellis recovered the fumble by Mike Goomans, 7 plays, 27 yards. They missed the extra point. The Eagles lead on Hubie Oliver's run. Makes me cringe every time these barefoot kickers thump the ball, especially on a day like this.
Yeah, it hurts my foot just to watch it.
There's Henry Ellard back to get the kickoff. He's flanked by Redden and Gooman. Fumble on the very first play from scrimmage has hurt the Rams, and the kick will be returned. Once again, Barry Redden from the 10-yard line. He's out to the 33. Tackle was made downfield for the Eagles by Bill Cowher again, C-O-W-H-E-R. And the Rams get the ball for the second time after a 23-yard return. We have some action coming up Saturday with some of the Division II schools. CBS Sports will bring you regional coverage of the championship game between Central State and North Dakota State. We'll also bring you regional coverage of the Division I AA semifinal match, Furman against West Carolina, Reno against Illinois. Ferragamo trying to get those points back. To the sideline, and incomplete, and almost walked away with by Herman Edwards. Number 46 almost took the ball away from Preston Denard.
You know what happened on the play, Jack? That time Herman Edwards just stayed in his position, did not have to move very much. Preston Denard did not make him turn, and for that reason, he had a great chance, really, to make it the anticipation and almost come up with the interception on the play, and the ball was thrown a little bit inside.
The defensive line, Dennis Harrison back at left end, Ken Clark on the nose, and Greg Brown, Wilkes, Robinson, Griggs, and Williams, the linebackers. Young, Edwards, Ellison, Hopkins, who is Eric Dickerson's teammate, is the other safety man. The running play is good for only a yard, and the ball came loose. And does it belong to Philadelphia or not? Nobody has really indicated. Now the ball is dead. The ball is dead, and 3rd and long will confront the Rams. They almost got another fumble. Harrison and Clark made the defensive plays.
And the man on the nose, Ken Clark, is a very strong guy, very quick, and he comes across. It was supposed to be a block. He cluttered the hole, made Dickerson go outside, and by the time he got outside, there were many guys out there. Reggie Wilkes out in that area, along with Greg Brown, right there to make the tackle.
And it's 3rd down and 9. Fumble. Ferragamo dives on it, but the Rams will have to punt. That was a 3rd down play, and they are really sputtering here at the start.
You know, one thing that you have to be aware of is that Vince Ferragamo has a bad cut on his finger, on his little finger, between his little finger and the next one in, and the center is snapping the ball back with his left hand instead of his right hand, so it's a problem.
John Misko will kick, and you saw John Shira back to get it at his 25. So the Eagles leading will get the ball for the second time. Misko has averaged just about 40 yards per punt. He's had none blocked. As long as 60. Shira will return it from the 27 to the Eagles' 37-yard line. And the tackle downfield for the Rams by Howard Carson. Quick as a package, brother. He is tough to cover. Oliver the lone setback. Haddix on a wing. Out here to Mike Quick. He is taken down, but he's got a couple of yards. About 4, maybe 5. Eric Harris hanging on.
I was surprised Jaworski threw the ball into double coverage that time. Carmichael on the other side was 1 for 1, man for man. Never even looked at him, threw the ball to the strong side.
The ball was good for 5 yards. And here you see Houston ahead of Miami. I wonder if that'll last. And another score for you. Cincinnati leading Pittsburgh. Things are in a tizzy this afternoon in the NFL. 2nd down and 5 for the Eagles. Carmichael left, Quick right.
up and run on the left side, 1 for 1.
Leroy Irvin trying to cover Carmichael over there. Jaworski gives to Hubie Oliver. He gets another first down. The Rams can't stop them. Mel Owens finally did with the help of Johnny Johnson. And Oliver is having a good day.
And that time they ran a trap play. A trap meaning that they provide the defensive player with the opportunity to come across the line of scrimmage like he's not going to be blocked. And then they block him from the inside out. They executed the play very well. Ron Baker, the right guard, number 63, executed the block very, very well.
The Eagles started at their 37. They have a first down at the Rams' 29. The Eagles lead 6-0. 6:15 left in the first quarter. Jaworski has the Rams reeling at the moment as Haddix goes in motion. And a toss to Oliver. He fumbled it, picked it back up, and lost a yard. I thought maybe I'd see a flag on an offside, but there was none, and we've had no flags to this point. Charlie Desjardins made the tackle. He's playing the nose, number 70.
Very rarely will you see an offside penalty when you're running sideways. You do when you're going straight ahead, but very rarely when you're going sideways, east and west.
Second down and 12 as he lost 2. Quick right, Carmichael left, Cab the tight end on the right side. No pressure. Drops it short, incomplete. He tried to get it to Oliver. The coverage evidently was excellent downfield. 3rd and 12 confronts the Eagles.
Another indication, Jaworski that time was glued to the right, looked to the right all the way. Carmichael was one-on-one on the left side on the right cornerback, Leroy Irvin, and he never even looked into that area.
And no matter how good the coverage is on Carmichael, one-on-one, he's likely to catch the ball.
Yeah, he's only 6'8". And the defensive back is about 5'11".
Woodruff is the 3rd wide receiver. He goes to the left side, and Melvin Hoover checks in. The extra defensive back is Vince Newsom. 3rd and 12. Blitz. The blitz is on, and Jaworski unloads it. It's incomplete. Good coverage. Good coverage. Back upfield by Newsom, the rookie out of Washington, on Michael Haddix, and it's 4th down.
And I think they surprised him a little bit. George Andrews, number 52, was coming on the stunt, coming on the inside. They don't blitz very much. They usually stay back there and play zone, but the blitz made him hurry the throw, and for that reason, another good play by number 22, the defensive back Vince Newsom, and now they're in a kicking situation.
And a 49-yard try by Franklin. His longest of the year is 52. He's 14 out of 21. And he missed it. So he missed an extra point earlier, and he misses a 49-yard field goal, and the Rams are fortunate. They trail by only 6. There's Tony Franklin. He's missed an extra point and a field goal, so he's a bit upset on this Sunday afternoon in Philadelphia, and the Rams are happy that he missed that last one. Los Angeles goes from their 31. They take over there.
I took a look at Marion Campbell. It looked like he had some smoke coming out of his nose and ears. He was a little upset about those kicks.
Well, the Rams have changed their kicker, as we'll see as the game goes along. Let's see if Dickerson can get on track. Here is a pass play, a screen out here to Farmer. He lost yard. George Farmer was covered by Ken Clark, the nose guard. How in the world did he get over there, number 71?
He's, as I mentioned earlier, Jack, he's doing a lot of stunning. He's lining up on the nose of the center, and then he's going from left to right into a gap, and he's creating some problems, trying to guess with the formation tendency. Number 71, the guy in the nose of the center, over Doug Smith, number 56, and he can create a problem. There he is, number 71.
4:40 left in the first quarter, 6-0. The Eagles lead the Rams. 2nd down and 11. Boy, wide open and caught for a first down out near midfield by Barber, the leading receiver. That's his 50th reception of the year. Ray Ellis on the tackle along with Anthony Griggs.
And they have good protection that time, and Barber is big, strong enough, like a loose tackle, playing tight end. Got through the linebacker, anchored in the hole between the linebacker. There were 3 people there, but he rifled the ball in between all 3 of them. A beautiful shot by Vince Ferragamo.
Farmer goes to the right, Denard to the left. Farmer lines up on the right side, and David Hill is in as the second tight end. There's a first down pass by Ferragamo, sideline, and it is caught. Another first down near the Eagle 40-yard line. Caught by David Hill despite very tight coverage. What a good throw.
It really was a good throw. And there you see Ferragamo. There you see Clark again going to his right. Releases the ball. Had good time to throw the ball. And David Hill came back just enough to make the catch. He's done an excellent job of blocking since they were able to get him from the Detroit Lions, and he comes into the game with 24 catches. He's a good one.
Wes Hopkins was trying to cover. It's a first down at the 40-yard line of the Eagles, and the Rams are throwing rather than running.
Well, they you know, sometimes you come into a game, sometimes you have to throw first to set up the running.
Dickerson is good for only a couple. This Dickerson is some story, as you know. We're going to get a story now from New York and Brent Musburger. And the Bears are trying to get to the 500 mark and take advantage of that Detroit-Minnesota matchup tomorrow night. Second down and 9. Ferragamo quickly to the sideline. Farmer caught it out of bounds at the 35, and it'll be third down and 6, covered by Roynell Young on the corner.
They're doing a good job of moving the ball and exercising patience. They can't try to get it all back in one play. They're doing a good job of taking their time and taking what they're being given and executing a good plan as far as the offensive scheme is concerned. They went in with the idea of running the ball first and throwing secondly. Talking to Jimmy Ray before the game, that's the indication he had. But of course, when the other team scores first, well, you have to deviate a little bit from that plan, and they've done a good job.
6 defensive backs, including Bernard Wilson and Randy Logan for the Eagles on 3rd and 5. Oh, Farmer let it go through his hands. Look how wide open he was. He would have gotten down to at least the 20-yard line. Pass was thrown a little high, and it slipped through his mittens.
Those are the tough ones, Jack. That kind of a ball, you got to throw from the chin down. Most cases, he still should have made the catch, but it's a lot more secure when you throw it at the numbers. It looked like he didn't see it very well. Plus the fact, you know, those gloves, Jack, I talk about them so many times. I just don't like them. Yeah, I don't like them. I like it when you ski, but not when you play football.
You know, if there'd been anybody else there, that ball would have been intercepted.
That's always a problem when you throw the ball in the middle and throw it high. It ricochets, and they go right into the tipping drill, and usually it's an interception.
Nisco will try to get the ball out of bounds and away from Shira. That's not very good. Let's see where they mark it down. It is going to be marked at the Philadelphia 17-yard line. Well, it used to be that you couldn't buy a ticket for these games. They had standing room games at one time here, but not now. Here comes Hubie Oliver. He stretches out to the 20-yard line. He got 3. Eric Dickerson, the Rams at that ball, carried only twice. What's that all about?
Oh, I don't know, Jack. You know, they fall behind right off the bat. Sometimes you feel you have to change the procedure a little bit. You got to remember that this is still the first quarter. There's 4 quarters involved in this game, and he'll get a lot of business before it's all over with. I'm sure of that.
George Andrews made that tackle.
The other thing you can't worry about, he needs 143 yards to tie the record. Can't worry about tying or breaking records. Just got to worry about winning the game.
From the 20, 2nd and 7, 1:38 left in the first quarter. That's caught by Quinn. Let's check his forward progress. It's very close to the 27, where they had to go for a first down. Carl Eckern covering along with Eric Harris, and as they measure, this telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League, intended for the private use of our audience.
Now, there's a good illustration of Quick. They throw the ball between 3 defensive backs, but the key to the success of the play was because Jaworski threw the ball low enough right at the numbers where it couldn't go any place but down if he missed the ball, and it stuck right in there like it had a nail in the end of the ball.
Any rebroadcast or the use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Eagles and the National Football League is prohibited, and Jaworski's 5 out of 7.
Yeah, he's hot, and when he's able to step and throw, I tell you, he's as good as anybody in the league. Of course, that's typical of what happens with almost every quarterback in the league. If they have time to throw, they're murder. And I think the Rams are going to have to blitz him a little bit more to put more pressure. They came into the game with only 25 sacks, talking about the Rams. And I think it's very difficult for them to sack the quarterback if they just rush with 4 or 3 people. They got to get the linebackers into the act.
First down for the Eagles at the 27. 1:08 left in the first quarter. Michael Williams, Hubie Oliver in the backfield. Jaworski on a first down pass. And almost intercepted by the linebacker Collins. He walked right into the ball, which was intended for Carmichael. Pressure was being put on by Reggie Doss on Jaworski.
The anticipation of the play by Collins was excellent. You know, so many times the linebackers have so much tape on their hands that it's very, very difficult for them to catch the ball once it's thrown to them. And I think sometimes that was a great illustration of how difficult it can be with all the padding they have in their hands.
Pete Johnson has scored, and now the Bengals lead the Steelers 14-0 in the first quarter. Cleveland will love that score. Quick in motion. 3-man rush. Dropped it off short, and it's caught. Tackle's broken. And Quick goes for a first down to the 48 of Philadelphia. Harris finally finished the play, but missed tackles cost the Rams a first down. 21 yards.
Here you see him in motion. Watch Andrews, number 52, trying to maintain a position. Makes the catch, misses the tackle. Eckern comes over, number 55. He misses the tackle. It should have been stopped short of the first down, but a great effort on the part of Mike Quick. And now the ball's 1st and 10 on about the 48.
And we have an injured player. Charles DeJournay leaves, and Greg Meissner is in at the nose guard. Jaworski 6 out of 9, 66 yards. Quick has caught 4. First down at their own 48 for the Eagles, who lead 6-0 first quarter, 20 seconds left in the period.
Well, they got a one-on-one on that left side again, Jack.
Oliver blasts across midfield. He's 5'10", 212 out of Arizona. And Meissner just into the game, number 69, hit him.
And
3 yards.
Richard Wood, the offensive coordinator for the Eagles, is in the press box. He used to be on the field, but they put him up in the press box last week, and he's been much more effective calling plays from up there than he was down on the field. And I think the reason being that he doesn't have as many guys tugging on him all the time.
As we start the second quarter, 2nd down and 7 faces the Eagles. They're at the Rams 49, and the Eagles lead 6-0.
One thing you have to do when you play the Rams, the way they play defensively, you have to really exercise patience. You have to take the wings off the jet, take the bus, travel slowly.
Drops it up short, and Hubie Oliver couldn't quite pull it in. Couldn't quite do it. It's 3rd and 7. In the first quarter, look how little time the Rams had the football, as the Eagles dominated and scored after recovering a fumble. It's getting brighter by the moment here. First downs, 8-2. Getting brighter by the moment after a morning-long rain. Total offense, Eagles 94, the Rams 34.
Not for the Rams, though, at this moment.
Not getting any brighter. And they have to stop this 3rd down play.
I think they have to go after him more, Jack, especially in the obvious passing situations, to make him throw before he's ready to throw and can step and throw.
Woodruff and Hoover are in as wide receivers. The blitz is on, and they hit him, and a flag goes down. And it may be a holding call, and the ball is picked up. Did they rule? No, it's a forward pass, folks. Bring everything back. Forward pass. Forward pass. Don't worry about it. Forward pass. Incomplete. 4th down and a flag. Holding against the Eagles.
But that's a good move on the part of the Rams. Don't worry about officiating the play. Pick it up and run with it, because you can always bring it back, and you never know how the official is going to make the call.
Youngblood made the...
Holding, offensive right tackle, penalty refused, 4th down.
Leonard Mitchell was holding. The penalty refused, 4th down. The Eagles with punt, and Jack Youngblood is the one who got to the quarterback.
And he's done an excellent job of changing his personality and style from the 4-3 to the 3-4, and has been a very strong leader for this Ram team.
It's tough to do also, isn't it?
It really is, yeah, especially at this stage of his career. But he's very open-minded about it. He's a great athlete and a great player, and he made the adjustment, and he's working out very, very well.
Allard and Johnny Johnson go deep. Max Roniger will punt. He's averaged 41.6. He's had none blocked. And Eller took it on the 15 and got away from one tackler, two. He's across the 20, and he came out to the 22-yard line. Downfield for the Eagles was Rich Kranak, another of their good special teams players. Well, the Rams have the ball, and they trail by 6. You can see Eric Dickerson behind Ferragamo. He looks like a spaceman with all the gear that he's wearing. That's what he's gained, an average 1,500 plus and 117 per game. That's what he has to do to break O.J. Simpson's season record. So he really has a long way to go.
And he loves to play on synthetic turf, too, Jack.
And he'll play the Eagles today, then New England and New Orleans. New Orleans is a tough team to rush against. From the 22, Ferragamo pumped short, throws long. Edwards covering, and the pass overthrown. Downfield to Preston Denard. Well, there wasn't much there, was there?
Wasn't anything there at all. Nothing. And they blitzed that time on the first play, on first down, blitzed inside. And again, Clark is doing a lot of stunning inside, meaning that he lines up on the center, goes to his right some, goes to his left some, and it creates problems as far as the blocking assignments of the offensive linemen.
Get word about Charlie Desjardins and that he has a strained knee and he is likely to return. That's good news. Well, next Saturday there's a game here on CBS with the Falcons playing Miami at 3:30 Eastern time. And Steve Bartkowski, the #1 rated quarterback, they get through the game today against the Redskins with a win. Same play on second down, carries only to the 25. It's going to be 3rd down and 7 coming up. Ken Clark, about whom Hank was just talking, made the tackle on Eric. He has had 8 100-yard games, one shy of the rookie record. 4.8 average, 18 rushing touchdowns. He knows where the end zone is. Well, next Saturday, a game with Atlanta and Miami here on CBS television. 3rd and 7. Wilson and Logan in defensively for the Eagles. David Hill in on offense. Dickerson needs 7. And lost instead. The Rams will have to punt again. Roynell Young came up from the corner and met him.
You know, their tendency, Jack, is to run a lot on 3rd down. They were sitting there waiting for it on that last play.
Well, let's go to New York and Brent Musburger. Here's the line drive punt to Shira at the 30. Knocked down at about the 38 or 38-yard line. And Willie Gault ran like you used to run, eh?
He's a little shorter than I am, though.
We have an ineligible man downfield and a couple of penalties against the Rams. So Gene Barth will sort things out. The Eagles may decline these penalties and just keep the ball. No, they're going back the other way.
Yeah, I would make him kick it again. Make him kick it again. You might wind up with better field position.
Or you might return it for a touchdown or a fumble. You don't know.
Never know. That's right. But at least you're going to try to make something happen.
Wow. All the way back to the 13.
We had multiple fouls against the kicking team. Ineligible downfield, number 66. That penalty was refused. Holding against number 82 was accepted. 4th down.
Well, they took the better of the 2 penalties, holding, and it's 4th down, and Misko is asked to get the Rams out of trouble. Shira stands near midfield.
The Eagles ought to wind up with good field position here unless Shira winds up with a stroke or something.
Well, the Rams haven't done anything, have they? Good kick. Shira takes it on the 47. And they will go from the Ram 45, and the Los Angeles defense is called upon to hold 4th. Ivory Sully made that tackle. Hank Stram and Jack Buck with you. The ball at the 45-yard line of the Rams with 13 minutes left in the half, and the Eagles leading.
I'll be surprised if we don't see some kind of a pass here, maybe a play action or a pocket pass. This would be a good time to throw one.
Long downfield for Quick. He's murder. Irvin intercepts. And And it is going to be marked down at the spot where he intercepted at the 4-yard line. As his momentum carried him into the end zone, they mark it closer to the 5, and Urban picks it off. And for him, his 4th of the year. Big play.
Boy, he really made a great play here. It looked like Quick was going to run right by him, but the anticipation was excellent. And there we see him with the interception. The ball was thrown. It hung up there just a little bit too long, Jack. Too much helium that time, or else he'd have been able to make the play.
Well, John Robinson likes that. Number 4 in the year for Urban, and number 19 for the Rams on the season. They're back at their 5. The Rams start with 2 tight ends.
Yes, and this is a good time to throw the ball down in here, Jack, especially on 1st and 10. They're his own defensive team. You know, the thing about running the ball right in there, in case of a fumble, they got the ball on the 5-yard line. They're going to run it straight ahead.
Once again, they stop Dickerson. Barry Robinson out of UCLA made the hit after a 1-yard gain. Little altercation breaks out. Dickerson evidently was rudely treated. Maybe they wouldn't turn him loose after the whistle blew. He got a yard, that's all.
The Eagles are really keying tough on the run, and justifiably so. There's only one back there, but they're doing a lot of stunning with the guy in the nose, and they're going to have to deviate a little bit from what their thinking was. One thing I think is much better to go straight ahead at the defense when they're stunning than it is to go sideways. Plus the fact that I think you have to throw the ball a lot more on 1st and 10 and get him out of that pattern so you can run later.
Dickerson has carried 5 times for 3 yards. 2nd and 9.
There they go.
And it is caught by Ellard, and he's beyond the 25 and a 1st down. 1st down for Henry Ellard with Wes Hopkins on the tackle, number 48.
Now that's a play action fake inside to hold the linebackers, and what it does, Jack, it makes the defensive linebackers put their hands down. That's what you have to do here. You got to keep them inside tight, and by the time they react to the pass, while the lanes are open, it was open that time beautifully. Ferragamo got the ball right on the money, in good shape, and Ellard, even though he dropped the ball, he recovered it, and they have possession 1st and 10, but they have to throw the ball on 1st and 10 to get him out of that defensive pattern, Jack. They can't keep playing sledgehammer football with the way they're playing defensive.
Newman goes in motion, a toss to Dickerson. He cuts back, he's slowed down, knocked down, fumble, and the Eagles have the ball. Roynell Young came up with it, number 43. The hit by Wes Hopkins on his old teammate.
And they went out to dinner last night. He and Harvey Armstrong, they all 3 played together at SMU.
What are they saying? Oh, the ball still belongs to the Rams as the forward progress was stopped.
You know, they talk a lot about, here we see it again, but there's just no place to go, Jack. And watch the defense react. He's trying to cut back, but they're staying in their lanes, you see. That time, the linebacker, number 58, the inside enforcer, Anthony Griggs, stayed behind the running lane and made the play as he tried to cut back.
They showed a replay here in the stadium, and the fans reacted violently to the call. And they can get violent here in Philly. 2nd down and 9. 1st down. Big run by Guman, one of the biggest plays of the year for Mike. He's tackled at the 26. Listen to the crowd.
Ancient history, though, Jack. They already made the call, and they've come back with a big play. Boy, that was a great play by the Rams, and the kind of a play they have to use. Watch Dickerson over to his right. Guman delays enough. Ferragamo moves out of the pocket, hits Guman right over the middle. It's good for 43 yards, and he does a good job. Anytime that you run like this, though, you got to be careful with somebody behind you. They don't scrape the ball loose, but he was able to maintain possession very, very well.
Ellard stayed out in front and helped him get down to the 30-yard line. 1st down. This crowd is irate.
Look at all the room on the left side, Jack, one-on-one.
Here comes Barry Redden. He got 3. John Robinson went out of his way to tell us how well Redden has been playing this year.
Yeah, they like him very much, and of course he's a #1 draft choice, and he ought to be a good player. Drafted #1 in '82 from University of Richmond, 5'10", 205.
Reggie Wilkes, the linebacker, made the tackle on Barry. at the 27. Second down and 7. 9.5 left in the half. Clock running. 6-0. Eagles leading. And the Rams got a break a while ago, it appears. People are still angry. To the left, Eller to the right. Hill goes in motion. Tight end Barber. He got away from 2 people. A first down. Good moves by Barber, and the defense couldn't stay on their feet on this wet turf. Ray Ellis finally bumped him out of bounds. First down.
Barber really makes a good move. He's under control. That's the key here. Watch 86 come off the line of scrimmage, go out on the flat, turns his head around quickly to locate the ball. It's on the money, but he knows exactly what he has to do. Look at the move he makes there and gets up the field with the ball away from pressure, gets as much out of the play as he possibly can. But a great feel on the part of Mike Barber, the tight end.
The ball is smack at the 10-yard line. First and goal. What a fine career Barber has had, and he's been reborn with the Rams. He likes the way John Robinson is running things.
Yeah, and John likes the way he plays. He's a great blocker and a very good, outstanding possession kind of a receiver.
A little confusion on the call with the personnel they had in there, and so the Rams are charged with a timeout. John Robinson talked to his team all week about the fact they may encounter bad weather over here.
Yeah, he's a good psychologist, and he's a great people's guy. He's really done a terrific job with this Ram team. We watched him work out yesterday. Here we see Marion Campbell on the other side of the field, and he's done a good job of selling his team, even though they're out of the race.
Ferragamo's perking a little bit now. He's 7 out of 10, 113 yards. Eller to the right. Farmer or Gooman on a wing. Here's a fake run. Pass play. End zone, and deflected incomplete. Ferragamo, who has thrown 21 touchdown passes, tried to force it in there.
Yeah, usually on a play-action fake, and they will have to wait that long to decide who you're going to throw the ball to. You know one thing, they didn't do a good job of faking because the defense responded very, very well to the play-action fake and was back there in good position to make the play.
Ronell Young was covering on Henry Ellard, who is playing at this moment in place of Denard. 8:55 left in the half. Rams trail 6-0, second and goal at the 10.
I always felt, you know, Jack, if you're going to do a good job of faking, the ball carrier should be tackled. That's when you do a good job of faking on a play action.
Gooman in motion. Cross to Dickerson. Gooman a block. Dickerson, a whistle stops play. Probably a procedure call.
False start, number 60 offense.
Call against Dennis Harrah, the right guard. That'll move it back at the 15 and make it second and goal from there.
Evidently, he had a pull of responsibility, meaning he was going to lead the ball carrier.
60 offense, still second down.
Tried to get out there a little bit quicker than he should have and got caught in the act.
8:53 left in the half. Penalties. Well, the Rams have done a very good job. So have the Eagles.
Well, look at all the room on the left side there, Jack. One-on-one.
Here comes Dickerson to the right. They've got him faded. They've got him faded everywhere he goes. Be third and goal at the 11. Run out by Young and Reggie Wilkes.
They're on him like a piece of abalone on a rock, Jack. They're all over it.
They have him covered like the morning dew. There's Wilkes who made the tackle. 8.5 left in the half. Third down.
You know, it's always a great challenge for defensive linemen and linebackers to stop. Try to stop a great running back like Dickerson, and they're doing a good job so far. But remember, 4 quarters in the game, and you might stop a great back maybe for a quarter or two, but you don't stop him for 4.
Ferragamo looking for 6.
Look at one-on-one on the left side.
Ellard in motion. Ferragamo to the left corner and incomplete to Denard. So the best the Rams can get out of it is the field goal.
Surprised, Jack. You know, they had a lot of folks who was right, only one-on-one on the left side, and he didn't look over there at all until it was way too late, and Herman Edwards had him covered.
You wanted the quick drop and the quick pass in that area.
Yeah, got one-on-one. You know, it's like exactly what you draw up on the board. This is what you're always looking for, one-on-one. He had it, But evidently the key was strong side, and he read the key, and it was too late to come back to the one-on-one situation.
Lansford, who has replaced Chuck Nelson as the kicker, will try a 28-yarder to put the Rams on the board. Cromwell holding. Well, the Rams get 3. It is 6-3 with 7:55 remaining. That drive aided by the official's call along the way. The preceding message was brought to you by the National Football League. 7:55 left in the half. There's Glenn Young. He'll get the kick. Young has averaged 21 yards per return, and Lansford will kick it off. Lansford in his second year out of Washington. Probably won't get this very deep.
And the Rams have to do a good job. They have to make something happen with their specialty teams and also with their defense to get better field position.
This ball heads for Glenn Young. He took it on the 10, 20. The lane closed in a hurry, and he did not get to the 25. He was tackled by Howard Carson. The Eagles get the ball with 7:46 left in the half. Best record in the American Football Conference, the Raiders 10-3, Miami 9-4, along with Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh losing today, and Cleveland waiting for the Steelers to fall with their record of 8-5. And next Saturday, those Miami Dolphins will have a chance to improve their record. The Falcons are still in the race, and that game starts with the NFL today at 3:30 Eastern Time. That's next Saturday. 13-yard return by Glenn Young to the 24. Out here to Williams. Turns it upfield and gets big yards. He is out to the 35, tackled by Leroy Urban. Michael Williams out of Mississippi College.
That was an option play, Jack. They either throw the ball downfield to Carmichael, or they dump the ball off to the back in the flat. And watch it. Dumps the ball off into the flat to the left side to number 32, Mike Williams. Good blocking downfield, an excellent job of running. And he gets up the field in good shape and makes the first down. But he could either throw the ball to Carmichael or to the back of the flat.
He wasn't very cute about that line either. He just turned it upfield and lit out to the 35. Jaworski to Williams on the ground. Another first down at the 48. Cromwell and Harris were the tacklers.
And Steve Kenny, watch the left guard. He's pulling on the play. A block down to cut off the pursuit. Kenny gets knocked off. Look at that, 73. Maintains balance. By that time, though, Williams breaks to the outside. There's a collision downfield. He does a good job of covering up the football, but does a good job of running and makes a first down on the play.
He started at the 24. Here's a quick handoff to Oliver. Had to struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage with Greg Meissner on top of him, number 69. No gain. We have 5 scores for you of other games, so let's get busy. First, the Cardinals, after trailing 6-0, lead in the second quarter by 1, 7-6. Washington blanking Atlanta in the second quarter, 10-0. That would help the Rams. Buffalo leads Kansas City in the second quarter, 7-3. Miami's on the board. Houston did lead 14-0. And Cincinnati pounding Pittsburgh 17-0 in the second quarter. 2nd and 10 here. Carmichael to the left, quick to the right. And the ball is deflected and falls incomplete. Looked like Reggie Doss got his hand up there, number 71. That's who it was, incomplete.
And George Andrews was blitzing on the play, number 52. You must remember also that when you just blitz one linebacker, it's like a 4-man rush, and it really doesn't change the coverage. They were still in a zone defense. Watch the rush now. Watch the right side. Jaworski back in the pocket. Look at number 71, Reggie Doss. Andrews blitzing, and Reggie Doss knocks the ball down. Good camera work and a great job by Reggie Doss.
The Eagles are 0 for 3 on 3rd down in this game. It's 3rd and 10 from their 48. Motion by Quick.
See if they blitz him here. Control blitz.
Incomplete. Good coverage on Quick by Johnny Johnson. And it's 4th down, and the Rams will get the ball. 5:34 left in the half. Johnson used to play the strong safety and the free safety, and then the corner, back to free safety, and he's returning kicks as well.
And he likes it very much and comes into the game with 3 interceptions. Leroy Irvin comes in with 3, and so does Eric Harris with 3.
Here's Runiger with the boot. It's going to be returned. And Johnson is blasted immediately down at the 11-yard line. So the Rams have a long way to go. Well, next week is another doubleheader on CBS. Those of you in San Diego, Bakersfield, and Santa Maria will see the 49ers play Buffalo. 49ers play later today. We'll also have these Eagles playing host to New Orleans in an important game. Those of you in Harrisburg will see that game, along with the Washington-Dallas showdown, as will those of you in Bakersfield, Santa Maria, and Los Angeles. All here next Sunday, a doubleheader day on CBS Sports. By the big tackle downfield was by Perry Harrington. And there's Marion Campbell, the head coach. He's trying to win his first game here at home.
Of course, people have to understand, too, that he didn't inherit a very, very good football team. There were won 7 out of their last 20 games before he took over.
Trailing 6-3. Ferragamo long, and what a good catch, huh? Now Denard loses ground and may have lost. No, he got a first down. He got a first down by a half a yard. Reggie Wilkes tackled it. Preston Denard gets a first down and then ran the wrong way.
Good protection. They seal off the inside, and Vince is able to step and throw. Boy, that's a tough catch and a beautiful catch coming across the middle. Denard then runs away from would-be tacklers all the way, gave some ground, but he still had enough yardage for the first down.
You see Wilkes go after the ball?
Yes, he did. They tried to scrape it loose, and that's what the good defensive linebackers and backs do as often as they possibly can to get the ball back.
Ball at the Ram 23. Here is Eric. And up very strongly from the corner is Wes Hopkins, and he popped his former teammate again. Number 48. He's a big hitter.
Talked to Hopkins yesterday at practice, and he said he was going to take Eric out to dinner, he and Harvey Armstrong. But I talked to Eric, and I said, who had to reach for the hip when the bill came? He paid $91 for the dinner. Eric Dickerson, yeah.
He broke his record.
He broke the record, and the other 2 guys evidently took some Ovaltine when the dessert came because they were asleep when the bill came.
And Eric is having a tough time today. It's not his fault. It's the coverage of the Eagles. They're all over.
He's got no place to run, and I think they have to start just running right at the defense instead of trying to do anything counter or any fancy. Just blow them off the ball and then start doing something sideways.
Second down and 6. Dickerson got 4.
There you go.
Here he comes. And he got a first down out to the 35-yard line. That's what you're talking about.
That's right. They just got to put a hat on everybody. 7 on 7. Move the ball, move the pile, and let him pick his way. He's not going to be able to do a very good job running sideways until they establish something inside. Once they do that, he'll be able to run very well. Long time from being over yet. And I'm sure he'll do a much better job if that's the approach they take. Plus the fact they got to pump the ball up more on 1st and 10.
Needs 124. For the NFL rookie season record that George Rogers set in '81. Barry Redden replaces Dickerson. First down at the 35. And a flag goes down, and a whistle stops play, and another call against. Well, let's wait and see. Probably procedure.
7-8 offense. False start.
That will make it 1st and 15. Back at the 30-yard line with 3:49 left in the half.
False start, number 78 offense, still first down.
Jackie Slater, number 78, talking to some of the Eagles on defense. They said he is really an aggressive tackle.
Yeah, he's really had a fantastic year and ought to be in the Pro Bowl. If he isn't in the Pro Bowl, they ought to have an investigation of some kind, Jack, because he's really having a year.
John Robinson pacing the sideline. 1st and 15 Rams. With Redden in the backfield and Hill in motion. Ferragamo out here to Hill on a screen. He waits for the block. He gets the block, and he's good for only 4 yards. 2nd and 11. Ray Ellis, the tackler, number 24. We were talking about Jackie Slater. Let's see what he did on the screen.
He's the right tackle. He sets up like pass protection. Watch him. Stays with his block to do a good job of selling. And then he cuts the defensive lineman, Dennis Harrison, number 68, so the quarterback can throw the ball over the top. Very good job on the part of Jackie Slater, number 78.
And the man he cut, Dennis Harrison, is one of the best
Yes, he is. He's a good one.
Left defensive end for the Eagles. 3 minutes left in the half.
And they had him playing right in last week, and they moved him back over to his normal position, and he feels much more at home there.
2nd and 11. Farmer, did he get it? What a good catch by Farmer. First down at the 46. He was airborne when he hung onto that one with Roynell Young right on top of him. Good pass, too.
Well, it's a good pass, but a fantastic catch. Those are the kind of catches you have to make when you're winning big. Look at this. Good protection. They double team up front. They lose Harrison, but it's too late by the time he gets back on course. And George Farmer, number 84, really makes a fantastic catch. Good leaping catch, keeps his feet in bounds, and they have another first down.
Strange thing is happening here. The Eagles are terrible against the rush, and the only way the Rams can move is through the air.
Well, when they want to design a defense to stop one guy, they're going to do it, and that's why you have to be very quick to make adjustments and do something else.
There goes Dickerson. Harrah with a block. And Eric is down near the 41-yard line, forced out by Herman Edwards.
You know, that time, Jack, what happened, Eric was a little bit too quick with his counter step. He did not give Hanna enough time to get the block on the linebacker, and as a result, he cut outside of the block instead of inside. Had he waited just a little bit longer, it would have been a beautifully executed play.
The thing about him is he usually is quite patient.
Yes, but that time he's a little anxious, and anytime you're anxious, why, that's going to happen. But he had a great opportunity. Hanna really had a good block on the linebacker.
The ball is at the Eagle 40, 2nd and 4. Let's listen to Ferragamo. Dickerson on 2nd down. Carries about 3 people and gets a first down to the 35-yard line. That's that straight ahead surge that Hank Stram was talking about, and Dickerson now has gained 31 yards on 11 carries.
See, they continue to do that and eliminate the pursuit and just blow them off the ball and move the pile, which they can do with that big offensive line of the Rams. Then, as I mentioned earlier, then they'll have an opportunity to go sideways a little bit more. Plus the fact I still think they have to throw the ball a little bit more on 1st and 10.
Dennis Harrison and Jerry Robinson were the defenders. 2:13, 2:10 now, clock running, left in the half. And the Rams have 2 timeouts.
Got one-on-one on the left side.
First down at the 35, a fake to Redden, a good fake, and the pass.
There it is.
Caught inside the 15-yard line, and it was Preston Denard taking advantage of the one-on-one that Hank Stram mentioned, and now we have the 2-minute warning, exactly 1:59 left in the half, and we'll watch it again.
They're playing a zone defense, but on the backside of the tight end. Away from the tight end, which is the weak side. Now you see Denard, the left corner of your picture. Watch, he gets a free release. Watch the defensive back turn a little bit. He comes back for the ball. The ball is right on the money. Herman Edwards is trying to cover him, but it's a tough responsibility when the ball is thrown perfectly like it was.
Going on here by the Rams, who started at their 24-yard line, or from their 12-yard line. Now they're all the way down to the Eagle 15. Good catches along the way by Farmer and a couple by Denard.
Yeah, and I think they're spraying the ball around very good. They've got a good balance between the run and the pass, and I think the coaches, Johnny Robinson, Jimmy Ray, and the coaches on the sideline have done a good job of making adjustments and taking advantage of what they see. They got a one-on-one over there again, Jack.
Dickerson is back in. Denard is to the left. Ferragamo looking left. Denard end zone, and it is broken up by Herman Edwards, and the ball got there a little late.
Had he thrown it just a little bit quicker with a little better anticipation, he just sucked that one up and it would have been a touchdown. But he threw the ball. The important thing is, Jack, you got to throw the ball to the right spot, and that was the right spot. It was 1-for-1. Look at. He went inside and went back out to the corner. Edwards is a tough guy to fool. He comes across, anticipates the play very well. You have to give Edwards an awful lot of credit. He responded very, very well to the play.
Ferragamo is 11 out of 17, 169 yards. Edwards playing the right corner. Ellard is the other wide receiver. Here's a toss to Eric. Not much. Got about 3.
See, the thing that Eric likes to do, you see him hesitate just momentarily, Jack. He was wanting to cut back, you see, but they're taking away the cutback, And then by the time he starts to go back outside again, school's out because everybody's there. Watch him. He goes to the outside. Watch the defensive pursuit. Look at, watch it slow down a little bit here. See, now he wants to cut back in, but he can't. Then he goes back outside. By that time, school is out. Ellis, number 24, makes the play.
Boy,
great defensive reaction on the part of the Eagles.
And a good tackle by Ellis. He really stuck his head in there. It is 3rd down and 7 at the 11.
Look at the left side again. 1-on-1 on the left side.
Bergamo looks left and now over the middle, and the receiver ran into the defender, and it's incomplete. Denard tried to cut inside, but Herman Edwards had him sealed off. And it's 4th down, and now the best the Rams can do is tie the game with 1:07 left in the half.
Well, the one thing about that kind of a situation, he was throwing the ball to the right guy, and you throw the ball up again, enough stuff against the wall, Jack, is going to, some of it's going to stick. But at least he's doing the right thing.
Cromwell will hold the ball at the 23. A 33-yard try, a 33-yard try by Lansford, who kicked one of 28 earlier. He's 3 out of 4 in the year. Big try here. We have a tie. We have a Christmas tie. 6-6 with 1:03 left in the half. Well, Lansford is 2 for 2. Kicked that one barefooted. He kicks off with his shoe and sock on, and that's why he is gone to the wardrobe department right now. At halftime today, Brent Musburger, Herb Cross bring you all the scores and highlights. We have some crazy scores and a close look at the AFC's leading rusher, whereas Eric Dickerson leads the NFC. Kurt Warner is number 1 in the AFC, and people have almost forgotten him because of what Dickerson is doing.
He's been so sensational that he has just dominated the scene and dominated the league as far as young ball carriers are concerned. And you can't limit it to just young ball carriers. He's just done it all for everybody.
In case you joined us late, it was a touchdown by the Eagles on a 2-yard run by Hubie Oliver, and the extra point was missed. And now Lansford has kicked 28 and 33-yard field goals to tie it. And Glenn Young awaits the kick. Major Everett is closest to you, but Young is the deepest of the 3. These kicks just aren't going deep. And the ball is taken by Ray Ellis. He is spun down shy of the 25-yard line. That last drive by the Rams, 12 plays, 77 yards, 4 minutes, 22 seconds. Have a couple of scores for you from elsewhere. Very methodically, the Redskins are cutting up Atlanta. Joe Washington caught a touchdown pass, 17-0 second quarter. And Cincinnati comfortably out in front in the second quarter, 17-3 over the Steelers. So Cleveland playing at Denver today could end up in a first-place tie.
We're looking at that one with a lot of anxiety, I'm sure of that.
Well, the Eagles have 3 timeouts and 58 seconds to do something about the tie. Screen. Now back here to Hubie Oliver. Cromwell nails him. And a loss on the play of about a yard or 2, and a flag is down. One of the few flags we've had in the game, way back upfield and on the other side. Flag has been thrown. Cromwell and Eckern were there. Ineligible man downfield. I figure that might happen the way Jaworski was scrambling.
Yeah,
around.
it took so much time. It really did. It took so much time. And Andrews did something that he shouldn't do. He got off his feet, leaped for the ball, and of course he faked him out. You got to keep the hands up, but you got to keep your feet in the ground. He'd have made a tackle and made a play deep in the backfield had he kept his feet on the ground.
Well, let's see what the Rams do. They're going to take the penalty with 47 seconds left in the half.
Number 63 offense, ineligible downfield on the forward pass.
It was Ron Baker, the guard. He wanted to go down and catch a pass.
Well, he's got those low-cut shoes on. Thinks he's a receiver.
47 seconds remaining in the half. See what Jaworski has done, and he had one intercepted, that by Leroy Urban. They can burn you with the wide receivers they have, but they stay on the ground of Hubie Oliver. And the fans boo the conservative approach because these Eagles are out of it altogether with a record of 4-9. Jim Collins made that tackle, and the Rams don't want to stop the clock. And everybody's letting it run.
I don't understand why they wouldn't want to stop it, Jeff, to try to make him do something.
I mean, the Rams.
Yeah, why the Rams wouldn't call timeout.
They're just going to let it run down. We're going to go into the dressing room tied 6-6. And they don't have to run another play. The 30-second clock will not force them to do so. So 6-6 is the score, and I think the Rams are happy to be right where they are. Hank, when they started, there were about 37 seconds left on the clock. And they had 2 timeouts. They could have called ones. I don't know, it may have been futile, but at least it would have been worth a try.
Yeah, because the only thing to do with them now is hang them on the wall in the locker room, those 2 extra timeouts.
Can't use them during the second half, huh?
No, I don't think so. You can't apply them. You can't come back in the second half and have 5.
Well, what did you think of the Rams in the first half? They didn't panic, did they?
No, they didn't. They stayed with what, you know, I thought they made good adjustments. They did not panic. They know what they had to do. The fact that they had such bad field position on a couple of occasions early, and they are still in the game 6-6, I think they got to feel good about that.
And the Eagles did not roll over and play dead. Well, Brent Musburger will be joining us very shortly and tell you about all the other games around the league. Total offense, the Rams 207, the Eagles 123, and most of it through the air for the Rams as Eric Dickerson has been held well in check. There's Glenn Young. He'll catch the second half kickoff if it goes that deep from Mike Lansford, who will kick it off. Eagles got the touchdown in the first quarter, missed the extra point. 2 field goals by this gentleman, and we're tied, and we have 30 more minutes, and here we go. And once again, it is Ray Ellis to the 20. And he is out near the Eagles' 28-yard line. Tackled downfield by Vince Newsom of the Rams. Well, tonight on CBS, the usual fine lineup, the award-winning 60 Minutes, followed by One Day at a Time, the Jeffersons, Goodnight Beantown, and Trapper John M.D. We hope that CBS TV will add to your evening's enjoyment. Maybe we'll get a little action going here in the second half, Hank.
Let's see what the action is on that 90% of the time the team that kicks off scores first. Let's see what happens in the second half.
From the 29-yard line after a 24-yard return by Ray Ellis. They show the blitz. Oliver goes in motion. Here's a toss to Williams. He comes across the 35 to the 36-yard line. He got 7.
Didn't get enough fill from the linebackers on the inside that time, Jack. They had a seam. It looked like it was going to close, but by the time they got there, the back had plenty of room to run the ball. Picked up 7 on the play.
That back was Michael Williams out of Mississippi College. Carl Eckern made the tackle. Second down and 3. And there's John Robinson. He wants the ball back. Be interesting to see what the Ram approach will be in the second half. See if they try to establish something with Dickerson. See if they do it straight ahead, as Hank Stram has suggested. First of all, the Rams have to get the ball. Now it's Williams in motion. And they give to Hubie Oliver. He has a first down. He has a first down by about a half a yard. Ran into Collins and Eckern in the middle, but he got a first down at the 40. Eagles trying to win their first home game of the year. They have 1 more remaining after today. That will be against New Orleans. Then they play at St. Louis. And they've lost 7 in a row. And they've lost 7 in a row to the Rams.
And they've been 7 in a row. They've lost 7 in a row in very unusual ways, too, Jack. They've had chances.
They've been in most of their games. First down pass. And good coverage. Was caught by Mike Quick down on one knee, and Eric Harris out of Memphis State came up to make the hit, number 26.
One thing when you play the Rams, as I mentioned earlier, they play a zone defense, and you have to travel very, very slow when you play against them because they don't give you anything big, they don't give you anything deep, and you have to exercise patience, and that's the key. Look at Mike Quick.
Number 1 in receiving yards, 2nd in receiving average, and 2nd in touchdown receptions. He has hauled in 11 across the goal line. He's their big threat. Carmichael's on the right. 2nd and 8. Rams show the blitz. The blitz is on. They pass to Carmichael. short of a first down. But Jaworski and Carmichael, who worked together for many years, picked it up on the blitz by the tackle by Eric Harris.
Yeah, he got a sniff of that. Jaworski did. He saw the blitz coming. Johnny Johnson was coming. Look at the people coming. Look at 50 coming. 55 Eckerd, 20 Johnson. But he got a whiff of the blitz. Got rid of the ball perfectly. That's a sight adjustment pattern, Jack. And any time that receiver sees that the safety man is going to blitz, he runs to the inside. The quarterback has to read his move, and they were right on target that time for the execution of the play.
Well, the Eagles called timeout because they wanted somebody back on the field. I think Carmichael thought he was going to be replaced. There's Marion Campbell. He doesn't show his distaste for things, but the Eagles had to use a timeout. There's Harold Carmichael. He's in his 13th year in the league, and I think he cost them a timeout by leaving the field when he wasn't supposed to. Well, the Eagles are 0 for 4 on third down today.
Third
and 3. A delay to Williams. No first down. No first down. He was really running high, wasn't he?
And he was back there very deep. Tough to get that kind of yardage from that deep. I think he was about 7 or 8 yards deep on that situation. By the time he got to the line of scrimmage, they reacted very, very well. The Ram defense did, and he had no chance whatsoever to make the play.
And you folks saw Eckerd and George Andrews get in there. This linebacker core of the Rams are getting better and better.
Yeah, they're very good. They're very active, and they make things happen.
Here's Runiger to punt. And back to get it is Ellard on the 13. He made sure he caught the ball first of all, and then went down the sideline and got a few yards short of the 25. So the Rams get the ball for the first time in the second half. They trailed at one time 6-0. A couple of field goals have tied it up, and now they'll try to get the lead for the first time. Eric Dickerson has carried a dozen times, a dozen cousin for 35 yards, and that's all.
That kind of a back, all of a sudden you think he got him all hemmed in. The next thing you know, he makes big plays. Let's see now if they go right at him. If they run the ball, whether they go right at him instead of trying to go sideways.
Gomez to the far right. Here comes Dickerson, and look at the action out of the defensive backfield. Wes Hopkins on a safety blitz, and he knew right where Dickerson was going.
You're right.
Or he guessed right.
Yep, they guessed right. It's feast or famine when you make that kind of a play, but they guessed right. See, and they were going off tackle. See, look, they're going to the right that time instead of going up the middle. They had a pretty good cavity inside, but he tried to stretch it out outside. By the time he got there, Skoo was out.
So it's 2nd and 10, and no gain for Eric.
I think you got to run at those linebackers and run right up the middle, straight ahead, rather than trying to do anything other than go right at the defense.
Ferragamo to Farmer, underthrown, incomplete. 3rd and 10. You know that number 48 on the Eagles, as we look at Ferragamo, is an interesting guy. Dickerson, of course, was highly sought after out of Sealy, Texas by every college. And on the other hand, Hopkins for the Eagles, who is coming to the bench now, was a walk-on. And so you know that he wants to show here today, and he's playing, by the way, with a bad groin. He wants to show that he's a good football player.
Well, the fact that he has the right to be on this team is an indication that he is a good football player. He's 6'1", 205, as you mentioned, and he was drafted 2A in 1983. And boy, he's a good hitter. He's like a linebacker playing safety.
The Rams are 0 for 5 on 3rd down. Dickerson didn't get it. He was latched onto up front by Harvey Armstrong, number 96. So the Rams will have to punt it back down. We have not had a first down made on 3rd down by either team all day.
And Harvey Armstrong is the guy that went to college with him at SMU. Made the tackle, and he's very happy about it.
Well, the Eagles should come away with good field position after this punt by John Misko. Back to get it, John Shira inside his 40. The kicking game had not been good today because of the swirling wind here at Veterans Stadium. There's a good punt. Pretty well covered. Let's see if they get the tackle. On Shira, there goes a flag. Shira returned out to the 41. Will probably have a penalty against the receiving team. Doug Barnett downfield to make the tackle. This is Gene Barth. Illegal block against the Eagles. A 42-yard punt, a 7-yard return, and a penalty tagged on.
Might have been against Bill Cowher. I'm not sure, but it might have been number 57. Let's see what he calls.
Number 57 of the receiving team. Illegal block in the back during the run.
You're right, it was Bill Keller with an illegal block, and they put the ball down as we try to catch the penalty. They put the ball down at the 29 of the Eagles.
Watch the left side of the frame. 57, there he is. He gives him a little massage in the back. Number 57, good call on the part of the official.
You can do that if
you don't get caught.
There's Miss Philadelphia watching her Eagles start from the 29-yard line. Jaworski 9 out of 17, 84 yards, 1 interception, first down pass. Oh, and picking it off is Eric Harris. His 4th of the year, and the Rams had the ball at the Philadelphia 34. Boo, say the fans. Hubie Oliver made the tackle, the second interception against Jaworski this afternoon. That's where Kirk Collins used to play.
Watch the drop. Watch the drop.
Here's Harris.
There you see Harris. Great anticipation. Comes in front of Quick. He was open. And he delivered it right on the money. Does a good job of running. Johnson tries to get a block downfield, and he does. And it's finally the Ram ball on the plus 35. Now they've got to take advantage of this field position. We talked about it earlier. You got to do something with your specialty teams and also your defense. They got the field position. Now they got to do something with it offense.
At the Philadelphia 34.
Look at all the room on the left side again, Jack.
Here comes Eric. And one of his better runs of the day inside the 30-yard line.
That's the place to run. They're overshifting. They're overshifting to the offensive right. So running left and throwing left should be very effective. That's what they did. They ran right over the left guard that time. Straight ahead, nothing fancy. Just plain vanilla. And that's what they got to do to move the ball efficiently.
I wanted to point out that Kirk Collins had been playing the corner. He intercepted 5 passes before he became incapacitated. Now Eric Harris has gotten 4. Reggie Wilkes made that last time.
Same thing again on that left side.
7 down and 3. Now he finds the hole, but they catch up with him. Close to a first down. Greg Brown, the tackler, number 98.
See, Dickerson is such a great cutback runner that he instinctively likes to see a cutback situation, and they're not giving it to him and making it tougher. That's why he's got to run straight ahead.
And he's done the bulk of the running for the Rams, as you can see, and picked up most of their yardage. To the point where Mike Gooman, Barry Redden, Robert Alexander have hardly seen the ball. Dickerson has rushed for 44 yards now, and it's 3rd and 1. At the Eagle 24. Barber, David Hill, and McDonald are all in there. 3 tight ends.
Do something right now. Quarterback sneak.
And a first down for the Rams, who are tied with 8:20 left in the 3rd quarter. It is a first down at the Philadelphia 23. We're coming up to the 8-minute mark in this quarter. The interception by Eric Harris has put the Rams on the offensive trail. Farmer to the right, Denard to the left. Barber, the tight end, lined up tight right. David Hill on the left side. Dickerson running. And now Eric gets down to the 16. There's a flag. It's either a face mask or holding.
There was that play that we talked about a little while ago with Hera pulling from the right guard position. The timing between the back and the guard was excellent that time, except they evidently is holding on the play.
That's what it is. That will make it 1st and 20.
'81 offense, holding, still first down.
At the Eagle 33-yard line, there's Johnny Robinson.
David Hill, 81, evidently was holding on the play. Tight end.
Wes Hopkins made that last tackle.
As aggressive as he is, Jack, you have to give him a little business. Play action fakes to make him take a little sniff and then throw behind.
Talking about Hopkins?
Yep.
1st and 20. Farmer in motion. There's a little swing pass to Dickerson. 2 men on him. Out of bounds. Only a few yards. Herman Edwards up very quickly, number 46.
There again, that was that option play where you either dump the ball off to the back if the linebacker takes a deep drop, or if he doesn't, you throw the ball downfield. That time the linebackers, defensive backs, responded very, very well to that option screen play and came up very well and made the play.
7:42 remaining, third quarter. The ball at the Eagle 30. 2nd and 17. Doug Smith, the center. Aaron Hill, the guards. Bain and Slater, the tackles. 3 wide receivers. No pressure. And he missed Barber. There's room down there. Ellis was off of Barber. It's 3rd down.
Yeah, he had a lot of room over there, plus the fact that Eric Dickerson came out of the backfield that time, and he was wide open right between the numbers and the hash mark.
Looked like Barber came to a dead stop over there, and Ferragamo didn't anticipate that.
I was watching, very honestly, Jack, I was watching Dickerson over the other side and didn't see what Barber had done on the play,
But
except it looked like his way over
moving,
time.
right?
Yeah, they got to keep moving, is right. Kill the grass if you stand still.
The Rams have made a first down only once in 7 tries, and it's 3rd and 17. They're pretty far away for a field goal try, so they need some yards. Incomplete to Dickerson. A little bit high and away, and it's 4th down. So they failed to take advantage of the interception by Eric Harris, and the Eagles dodged the bullet. I bet the Rams aren't very pleased with the way they're playing today.
No, they can't be, and especially when the defense gives you that good field position and you don't take advantage of it, boy, that's tough.
Well, Lansford is going to try a very long field goal, 48 yards. He's kicked 2 today.
I'll tell you one thing, they can fake that kick and run left. Boy, there's nobody over there.
No good to the left. The wind hurt it. A 48-yard field goal miss. Well, Philadelphia missed one earlier in the game. We're still tied. And the Eagles are at their 31. It's tied 6-6 third quarter. Jaworski with a toss to Williams. And he loses yards.
Mel Owens really did a good job of taking on the block, maintaining leverage, and making the play. Number 58, Mel Owens, the left outside linebacker.
Lost 1 yard. Clock running. We're coming up to the 7-minute mark left in the third quarter.
Another look at Johnny Robinson and Jimmy Ray, who calls the plays from the sideline for the Los Angeles Rams.
We have scores of other games. When we get a moment, we'll pass them along to you as Quick comes left and Carmichael goes right. It's 2nd and 11. There goes a flag as the tackle is made at the original line of scrimmage. Carl Eckern came up and made the hit.
And he was able to do that because George Andrews, number 52, came right up the field, forced to play inside, and Carl Eckern, the inside linebacker, was able to make the hit. Holding on the part of the Eagles, penalty on the play.
They talked to Jack Youngblood.
Holding, offense, 64, penalty refused, 3rd down.
3rd down and 11. You don't see that holding penalty decline very often, and it may backfire on the Rams. I'm surprised. Okay, the Falcons are still blanked, and the Redskins lead 27-0. Green Bay ahead of Chicago in the third quarter by 7. Buffalo by 1 over Kansas City in the third quarter. Houston maintains the lead over Miami in the third quarter, and Cincinnati by 17 in the third quarter over the Steelers.
See if they blitz him here, Jack. This would be a good time to come after him.
3rd and 11, 3rd down and 10. Show the blitz, and the blitz is on. He's picking up, he steps up, and the blitz pays off on the tackle by Gary Jeter. With his 5th sack of the year. He has 5.5 sacks now, and Gary Jeter makes his presence felt.
Good rush on the part of Gary Jeter, number 77. Watch 58, the linebacker, Mel Owens coming. Watch Jeter come in from the right side of the pitcher, and he puts him in the vise and makes the play, along with Greg Meissner, number 69.
Here's Runiger punting to Ellard and Johnson. 6:15 left in the third quarter. We're tied 6-all. The Rams should come away in pretty good shape. Good kick by Runiger. Johnson got a couple of good blocks.
Oh, what a good block down.
3 good blocks, and he still could only get out to the 34-yard line. The Rams did some fine blocking, but the play is ended at the Los Angeles 34.
Great block by Ivory Sully, number 37.
The Rams are at their own 34. 6 minutes left in the third quarter. They're tied with the Eagles. Last time they had the ball, they're at the Eagle 34 on the interception by Harris, but missed the field goal.
See if they throw on 1st and 10 here, Jack, with a play action fake or just coming back in the pocket. There's that counter play again. There it is.
Big run, fumble. And who has it? And they whistle it dead?
Yeah, it was down, Jack. The ball was dead.
The ball was down, and it's a first down at the Philadelphia 44-yard line on a big run by Dickerson and a good block by Dennis Hara out in front.
That's the first time they've cleaned that out. Watch the right guard, number 60 now. He's pulling, and Dickerson makes, look at the beautiful block by Hara. Good running by Dickerson. Goes through the pile. Good finish.
And he was down.
Yeah. Good finish on his part. But there again, as I mentioned earlier, you're going to stop a guy like him maybe for a quarter or two. You're not going to stop him for 4 quarters.
17 for 66 for Eric. First down to the 44-yard line. First down pass. And incomplete. He tried to get it on a comebacker to George Farmer. Ferragamo is now 12 out of 23 for 171 yards. Rynell Young was covering.
Here again, from a coverage standpoint, watch Barber coming up. Watch, he loses his shoe here. Look at this. Goes to the outside, pivots inside, and you talk about a guy running right out of his shoes. Right out of his shoes. Boy, that's a great picture, isn't it? Nice shot, Larry.
Second down and 10. Farmer to the right. Denard to the left. To Dickerson. Hara out in front. Dickerson didn't even follow him, and he got about 5, 6, 7 yards. He doesn't necessarily run behind the blocking, does he?
No, he just he's got great vision, and he saw a seam there, saw a cavity, took advantage of it, got in there. That's what you got to do. You got to be very, very decisive. Right or wrong, you got to make a decision. You can't do any tap dance in the backfield as you're making your move. You got to right or wrong, make a decision, and get into the hole as fast as you possibly can. That's what he did on the last play.
Gary Robinson, the inside linebacker of the Eagles, is shaken up, being tended to. 4:47 remaining in the third quarter. The Rams have third down and 3 at the 38 of Philadelphia. Wes Hopkins made another tackle. Well, this Saturday, CBS Sports will have a special edition of NFL action. The Miami Dolphins and Dan Marino play at home and take on the Atlanta Falcons. And the top-rated quarterback in the NFC, Steve Bartkowski. It starts with the NFL today and a visit with Joe Robbie. An inside look at the Miami Dolphin organization, which has just re-signed Don Shula.
And we saw Marino last Monday night, and boy, that's the first time we've seen him all year long, and he's really something special. Terrific.
When he unloads, those defensive backs have time to take about 1 step, and that's it. They better play tightly against him.
He gets it right on the money.
And that game very important for Miami because the Raiders won the Thursday night game, and that best record in the conference means a lot with regard to home games. Philadelphia cheerleaders trying to keep the crowd boiled up. The attendance here, and we mentioned it earlier, first of all, they sold 65,000 tickets. The attendance is 32,000. No shows 33,000. And it used to be that you just couldn't buy a ticket for these Eagle games, but when you lose 7 in a row and fail to win at home, you're 0-6 at home and you're out of the race.
You're not indicating that winning has anything to do with it,
Just a touch. Just a touch. However, they have some good young players on this team. Jerry Robinson is being tended to, as you see. When we resume, the Rams will have 3rd and 3, and they're only 1 out of 8 on 3rd down. Yeah,
they're really not that far away, talking about the Eagles, and I think they feel strongly about some of the young people they have. They're going to find out more about them from here on in.
Well, what a neat guy this Robinson is. I'm glad to see that he's smiling and he's not terribly hurt. He has to come off the field, of course, and we'll check and see if he comes back in. It gives us a moment to talk about Wilbert Montgomery, who's played sparingly, hasn't scored a touchdown all year. Little wonder the Eagles are where they are.
Well, you're right, and the other thing about Montgomery, talked to him before the game, and he indicated he really didn't know whether he's going to play or not. He thought maybe he would play on obvious passing situations as an outside receiver, and maybe sometimes on run situations, but he hasn't been in the game yet, and I think probably they're very wise not to play him because there's no use of taking a chance of getting him hurt for the remaining part of the season. Might as well let him rest and take it easy and be ready for next season.
Bill Cowher is in replacing Jerry Robinson. Keep your fingers crossed for him, and we'll watch for his return. 3rd and 3. 4:32 left, third quarter. We're tied 6-6.
That's it. Straight ahead again, Jack.
And a first down. I don't know what the Eagles were expecting, but they didn't stop that one. Joel Williams made the tackle. First time we've been able to mention his name, and the ball is at the Eagle 29.
Got to run it right at those linebackers. That's where the natural hole is. We're straight ahead blocking, and he popped through there nicely that time, and they have another first down.
He's carried 3 times in a row after the incomplete pass on first down.
He's got those $8 shoes on that he used to wear in college, and he loves to run on synthetic turf.
He's along the sideline, and Barry Redden replaces him.
And that's not $8 a piece. That's $8 a pair. That's for 2.
Redden in the backfield, carrying the ball, has to hurdle for a couple. 3.5 left in the third quarter. I think a lot of folks will say, well, this is a dull game and the Rams aren't perking, but you've got to look at the Eagle defense. They did the same thing to the Redskins last week.
Yeah, they shut them out in the second half, and you just can't say because a team has a bad record of 5-8 that they're not a good football team. You just can't pump the balls up and screw the head on and go out there and play and think you're going to beat somebody because of the record. You have to earn the right to win, and this team is a professional football team just like the Rams, and they've got a lot of ability.
Second down call, 2nd and 8. Ferragamo quickly out here for a few yards to Henry Ellerton. The rookie from Fresno State with Roynell Young covering. Young was giving it to him, and the Rams took it. 3rd down. At least now they're into field goal range. They're at the 23-yard line. Here's the score of the Redskins, and a pass to Monk, leading 34-0. Dallas and Washington 1 week from today. It'll be the second game of the doubleheader, and most of you folks will see that. Records identical. I wonder if the Cowboys are going to get out of Seattle today unscathed.
See if they run straight ahead here on 3rd and 4. Another counter play.
And the hole was there, and Dickerson is to the 20. And he got first down yardage before he was driven back. He is strong. Hank and I were walking and talking with him yesterday. He doesn't look like he weighs 218, but if you tried to tackle him, you would guess he does.
Well, the great thing about him is he uses his shoulder pads very, very well, and he's a great finisher. He lowered his shoulder that time, had good leverage, and made the yardage with good running. He didn't have any blocking once he got beyond the hole, but he made it happen with a good surge on his part.
And a first down with 2:20 left in the third quarter. Dickerson has gained 86 yards on 20 carries. Finally getting it up there from the 18. They took it again, and Farmer is out of bounds at the 9. Neat little pickup of 4 or 5 yards with Young covering again. Farmer saying that's the way to lay it in there, Vincento.
Yeah, and the other thing about it was that it's a high percentage kind of a pass. They're playing 1-for-1 on the outside. And the defensive back is concerned about a guy running right by him, so they're giving him a little cushion, and they're taking advantage of it. That's what they have to do. They just have to be patient enough to move the ball down the field with the run and the pass, and they're doing a good job of it right now.
2nd and 1 at the Eagle 9-yard line.
Good time for a play-action fake right here, Jack. Good. 2nd and 1. Look at it again. They got a 1-on-1 on the left side. They're going left.
Toss to Dickerson. He avoided 1 tackle, and he lost yards on the play. Every time they try to sweep, boy, these Eagles have them faded, and it's Greg Brown on the tackle.
Yep, and again, the other thing about it was they had a 1-on-1 on that passing situation. They had folks out there and responded very, very well. Key and Dickerson, especially sideways, they react very, very well east and west. Again, I don't want to belabor the point, but it looks like, they're much, much better off and more effective when they go right at the defense, straight ahead.
A loss of 2, back to the 12, 3rd down and 4. Well, failing to get this, the Rams will have to try for 3. That's not what they're thinking. They want the touchdown. 1:25 left in the third quarter.
One thing, and they've only run draw play all afternoon. There's a pass. There it is.
And it's first and goal to go as Denard and Ferragamo hooked up. Low time pattern. He turned around. The ball was right there. Covered by Edwards, but covered very loosely.
Well, they're concerned about him running right by him. And the timing of the play was beautiful, right on the money. And that's what you got to do. He's giving them a good cushion. They're taking advantage of it.
1:17 remaining in the third quarter, and it's first and goal at the 6 for the Rams, who trailed 6-0, made it 6-3, 6-all. Now let's see how they try to get in. Dickerson has rushed for 18 touchdowns this year, +2 through the air. From the 6 to the 5 to the 4, fumble. The Eagles have the ball. And Ray Ellis came away with it. His second fumble recovery, number 24.
And Ray Ellis went into the game with a very badly bruised thumb. He's got a cast on it, but he's playing and doing a good job. There he picks up the recovered fumble.
Let's watch it. He had gotten to the 4. He was trying to get more yards.
There again, straight ahead, and a very, very good hit by
Dennis Harrison.
Dennis Harrison, number 68. The ball pops loose, and Ray Ellis, number 24, comes away with it.
And now they go right back to work with the Eagles. There's Ellis. He is ecstatic. He's out of Ohio State. His former coach, by the way, Woody Hayes, is going to be inducted in the Football Hall of Fame next Tuesday night. Our congratulations to him. From the 7. QB Oliver. Lost a yard. Crowd doesn't like it. We're down to 1 minute left in the third quarter. What a big play that was on the fumble by Dickerson. Jim Collins made that last hit along with Reggie Doss. And now Miami has caught Houston on a touchdown pass to Nat Moore from Marino after a field goal by Von Sharman. 17-all. Fourth quarter, 11 minutes left in that game. 2nd and 10. Oliver no gain on the previous count.
They might pump one up here. Nope.
To the up back. Nothing doing. Oliver again. Now the Ram defense is holding forth. This Los Angeles defensive crew has done great work.
They really have. They played very, very well defensively. They just haven't taken advantage of of situations that were created by the defense.
Jack Youngblood, number 85, led that surge. I even hate to talk to Youngblood when I see him out in practice with that physique. He makes me feel like a 3-year-old.
But he's a very deceptive guy. He's a good person and a great player.
Look at the arms.
Really a nice guy.
Look at those arms.
He's got to pump his arms up. Go to the filling station, get him pumped up a little bit. They're not big enough.
Okay, that's the end of the third quarter. 3rd down and 9, confronting Philadelphia. The end of the third quarter. We pause for a word from your local station. Just had a scoreless third quarter here. 6-6 as we start the final period. The Eagles have not made a first down on 3rd down all day. They're 0 for 6 in that department. And they're faced with 3rd and 9 at their own 8-yard line.
They got the Lightning Brigade out there right now, Jack, with Woodruff, Hoover, and also Mike Quick.
They can all fly. It's a 3-man rush. The pass to the sideline and interference. Eric Harris couldn't stay off of the receiver Woodruff, and it'll be a first down. Harris went over the top.
He went over the top while the ball was still in the air, evidently, Jack, and that's why they called the penalty. Let's see what happens. Let's see.
He just missed on his timing of the jump a little too much.
Yep. Oh, yeah, that's definitely pass interference. The ball was in the air, and he went right over the top. Needed a saddle on that one.
First down at the 18.
Vito Cab hasn't caught a ball. I don't think he caught a ball in the pregame warm-up even, Jack. They haven't tried to throw the ball to him.
Well, he's one who's been dropping numerous passes. All they want him to do is block now. Sampleton is in at the tight end spot. First down for Philadelphia. A little flare out here to Oliver. Look at the Ram defense react. And only a couple of yards. Led by Mel Owens, number 58. Ed Owens, a tough-looking character and a very good linebacker. He's from Michigan. This is his third year. Marion Campbell, head coach of the Eagles.
Sergeant Ed Gum, isn't he?
2-yard pass. 2-yard pass will make you chew.
Okay, here we go.
14:49 remaining in this game. 2nd and 8. Michael Williams in the backfield with Hubie Oliver. They're both in the pass pattern. Knocked down by the linebacker George Andrews. 3rd and 8, and these fans do not like it. If they can stop him one more time, Jaworski is 10 out of 20 with 2 picked off. The Rams can stop him one more time. They should get the ball in great shape. They fumbled it away the last time they had it. We're tied 6-6 on 3rd down. The Eagles have made it once out of 7, and that because of a penalty.
Well, let's see if they go after him again, try to get some pressure on him, try to make him throw the ball a little quicker than he wants to.
He used a 3-man rush last time. A blitz is on now, and it's caught by Quick. That's a first down at the 30, and a tackle by Leroy Irvin. So Jaworski and the Eagles beat the blitz and got a first down.
Watch Mike Quick. 82. Johnson gives him a little jam inside, but he comes off the push and breaks open and is finally tackled there by number 47, Leroy Irvin, but it's enough for the first down. Good execution and a good reaction and read on the part of Jaworski, the quarterback, to the receiver.
And now the Eagles have come away from their 8-yard line out to their 30.
Well, that Quick is tough to cover 1-for-1.
Quick can't get it. Incomplete. Mike Quick from North Carolina State. They caught 55 before today.
He needed a Canadian feel for that one. He still made a beautiful one-handed catch, but was out of bounds.
This is a season record for the Eagles club with total yardage on their receptions. He was a hurdler when he wasn't playing football. And really, he is tough to cover. And he's been getting a lot of attention, right?
And justifiably so. They double cover him as much as they possibly can.
Eagles trying to win at home for the first time. It is 2nd down and 10 from their 30.
Now they double cover both outside receivers. Got to throw the ball inside.
Youngblood got him. Jack Youngblood and others. Reggie Doss came roaring through there, and Youngblood was first to get Jaworski.
Watch Youngblood coming in from the left side. There he comes. There he comes. Gets his arms around him and really does a great job.
Second sack of the Eagle quarterback, making it 3rd down and 20.
Left end on the right side of the screen, 85.
3rd and 20 at the Eagle 20 with 13.5 left in the game, and we're tied. Those Rams want the ball back.
See how tight that jersey is. He wants to make sure those offensive linemen can't hold him. That's why the defensive people like to wear the jerseys as tight as they possibly can.
3rd down, 4-man rush. And the pass is caught by Oliver. He had nowhere to go. And the Eagles will have to punt with 13:08 left. And Eric Harris came up and met Hubie Oliver. Jack Youngblood and Reggie Doss were in there again on Jaworski. He got away, unloaded, but got only 5 yards when he needed 20.
Yeah, I don't know how he got underneath that time, but he did. He was able to get rid of the ball. Looked like it was going to be a sack.
And there goes Ellard. He's back with Johnson. Runiger punting for the 5th time. 42-yard kick the last time. Here's a line drive kick, and that's Irvin. Leroy's back and takes it on the 25. Got a couple of good blocks. Turns upfield to the 30. He told me yesterday that he missed returning kicks. Not many people enjoy that job. The Rams are back at their 33. The last time the Rams had the ball, they got all the way down to the Eagle 4-yard line and fumbled. Mike Quick has set a Philadelphia record, as we told you, 1,265 yards now, but now it's the Rams on the move from their 33. with Dickerson and Ferragamo.
I see a play action here. No, another counter play.
Trying to go wide.
Oh, that's murder.
Yeah, really.
It's like pulling taffy, Jack. It's tough to go east and west. They haven't been able to do it very well all afternoon, except on one occasion where he popped through there in a counter play. But overall, they're responding very, very well to the sideway moves.
A gain of only a yard. Going to see a couple of top quarterbacks. That game is next Saturday on CBS. Bartkowski and Marino, with Atlanta playing at Miami, where the Dolphins today are trying to win their 10th game of the year, and the Raiders are already won 11.
Bartkowski really has adjusted very well to the new system and the new scheme there in Atlanta, and is very accurate and having a great year.
Ferragamo just got rid of it to Gooman. That is not a first down, and he held the ball at the 40. 3rd and 3 coming up. Covered by Bill Cowher. Jerry Robinson, who was shaken up earlier, still has not returned for the Eagles. 3rd down. And Dickerson goes out. 3rd and 3. Couple of scores for you here in a moment. Other games: Buffalo ahead of Kansas City by 8 in the 4th quarter, and Washington apparently home free, leading in the 4th quarter 34-7 over Atlanta. 3rd down. Ferragamo to the sideline, and Denard can't get it. Incomplete, and the Rams will have to punt. Well, it's been one of those days, folks. Herman Edwards went up trying to intercept, but couldn't get it.
Denard really had Edwards turn that time. Really turned him beautifully, but the ball was poorly thrown, and there was no way he could make a play on the ball, and he was very alert to stay after the ball to make sure that the defensive back didn't take the interception.
John Misko kicking for the 5th time. John Shira back to get it inside his 25. 11 minutes remaining in the game. Good snap. Not too good a kick, is it? And it bounces out of bounds at the Eagle 30. So Philadelphia is back at their 30. Deadlock 6-6. That was only a 30-yard punt, and Hank Stram knows why.
The reason he was a bad kick, watch his right arm. It should be straight, Jack, and it's bent. See, look how close the ball is into his body, and as a result, he has no chance really to kick the ball on the meat of his foot, and it's a bad kick for that reason.
The ball at the Eagle 30-yard line. Williams and Oliver in their backfield. Cab, the tight end on the right side. 1st down pass. Quick. Got position. Oh, it was just touched by Harris. Harris got a fingertip on the ball. Otherwise, it was good night shirt.
Yeah, he'd have run right up the bleachers on that one. He had him licked, and Eric Harris, boy, a desperation leap for the ball. Just ticked it in time. Look at this.
And he's lucky he didn't run up the heels of the receiver also. Well, he just touched it.
And the free safety is coming into the picture, but he made the leaping attempt and just tipped it in time.
The Rams were lucky that time. 10:46. Good play by Harris. 10:46 left in the game. Jaworski laid it right on the money. Extra back is Vincent Newsom. Gary Jeter in to help with the pass rush on 2nd and 10. Jumps it off. Williams has it. 1st down at the 46. As Jaworski was amazing under pressure.
Boy, he really was, and that was a crossing pattern with the offensive backs, Williams crossing with the other back, and he popped wide open, and luckily just got the ball to him in time. 16-yard gain on the play.
And Nolan Cromwell, one of the stalwarts defensively for the Rams, is stretched out as we watch the play again from the end zone.
Watch the backs now. Oliver and Williams. Watch the 2 backs cross. You see them? One goes late, the other one comes across first. Mike Williams, 32, crossing on the play is open. A missed tackle there by Eric Harris, I'm sorry, and he gets a big gain on the play.
And then you saw Cromwell get shaken up. The ball's at the Eagle 46. It's a 1st down. 10.5 left. Aquí tenemos el cuento. 10.5 left in the game. Deadlock 6-6. 1st down. Eagles at their 46-yard line. Cromwell walked off the field under his own power. Sully is playing in his spot. Quick in motion. Williams wrapped up by Meissner, and a loss on the play.
Meissner and Reggie Doss read it very, very well, got good penetration, and wrapped him up.
So a loss of 1.5 yards. We'll call it 1 yard. 2nd down and 11. Exactly 10 minutes left. Meissner didn't start. Desjardins started. He got hurt. Meissner's back in there. We haven't seen Desjardins return. He has a bad knee. 2nd and 11 Eagles. Quick is to the right and Carmichael to the left.
Now they got a 4-man line.
Just beat the 30-second clock. And that pass, trying to get it to Cab, the tight end. Threw it behind him. There was good coverage by the linebacker Mel Owens, who stayed with the tight end in a great position. 3rd and 11.
But there again, they double cover the outside receiver, which means that you have to throw the ball inside.
That's why he was looking there, huh?
Yeah, that's why the tight end or a back in the area between the hash marks or between the numbers and the hash mark. That's the vulnerable area against that kind of a defense.
Eagles have a 1st down only 1 time and 8 tries on 3rd down. Jaworski 13 out of 26, 2 picked off. 9:31 left in the game.
See if they come after him again, 3rd and long.
They show it. And the blitz is on. Jaworski has protection but throws incomplete. 4th down, and the fans didn't like the throw. He tried to get it to Quick. It was nowhere near him. And the Eagles will have to punt. Johnny Johnson was covering Quick.
The psychology of a quarterback knowing that they're going to blitz really has an effect. I don't care how long you've played. You know that you got to get rid of the ball quickly. You anticipate the fact that you have to have good blocking for your backs and also your offensive linemen. And invariably, if you're not careful, you throw the ball a little quicker than you want to because you anticipate the rush.
Here is the 6th punt by Runiger. He's out of South Carolina. Johnson and Ellard are back at their 15. High snap. He handles it. Kicks it away. Good kick. He's having a good afternoon. And smartly, Johnson let it go into the end zone. We've seen so many safety men handle the ball when they shouldn't, but Johnson let it go. It'll come out to the 20. 9:17 left. That was a 55-yard kick. The Rams have a long way to go and a short time to get there. We've gone almost 22 minutes without any points being scored in this game. 1st down at their own 20 for the Rams.
Well, they got a one-on-one situation on the left side here again, Jack.
Hill in motion. And upfield, and a diving attempt incomplete. Had he thrown the ball to Dickerson, Eric could have run for a long way. He tried to get it downfield to George Farmer, incomplete. 2nd down, and you see the figures for Ferragamo. No touchdowns, no interceptions. And 3 scores of other games for you. In the 4th quarter, 37-7 Washington over that good Atlanta team. And Miami, having trailed early in the game, leads in the 4th quarter 24-17. And the Steelers can't catch up. They trail by 10 in the 4th quarter. 2nd and 10 Rams. Going for the home run, and Farmer can't get there. No one could get there.
They had him doubled. That was a double zone, and they had 2 safeties were deep in the hole. No chance whatsoever to make that play go unless one of them slipped and fell and gave the receiver, Farmer, an opportunity to make the catch.
So it's 3rd down and 10. And the Rams have made a 1st down 4 times and 12 tries on 3rd down. Dickerson goes out. The additional wide receiver comes in, Henry Ellard. 9:06 left in the game. Are we headed for overtime here?
Could be, the way this game is going.
Ellard comes to the left side with Denard. Farmer's to the right.
The middle again is open, Jack. If they get the ball in the middle, that should be their vulnerable spot.
Ferragamo sets and throws, and it is dropped. Preston Denard looked like he tried to turn and go. He had both hands on the ball.
It looked like he tried to grab it, bring it in, and go with a jack, and in the process just dropped the ball. Here we see him in the center of the screen. Watch, he turns.
Gets both hands on it.
Yeah, watch. Now he just, he felt, what he did, he felt Herman Edwards coming, I think, Jack, and dropped the football. That's all that happened.
Now here's a not too good kick and a fair catch, and Shira fumbles the ball. It's up for grabs, folks.
It's still up for grabs.
And the Eagles get it. The Eagles get it back at their 19-yard line. That ball really traveled on this wet turf. And finally, Rich Cranack is the one who pulled it in. Shira, who fumbled one last week, fumbles another.
It hit him right on the shoulder pads, Jack, and that's why it bounced like it did. Look, they kick it. They try to fall on it, slides down the field farther. You talk about a hound in the hare trying to find that ball. They finally got it. But the Rams had a great opportunity to make the recovery and just didn't get it done.
Rich Cranack, the linebacker, got it, and Jaworski and company are back on the field with 8:44 left in the game. They're at their 19-yard line with Williams in the backfield. Michael Williams. Here's a screen to the left side. Big Harold running with the ball. First down. Out of bounds at the 38 on a screen to Carmichael.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he's running very fast, but he's as tall as he is and high split as he is. He takes 3 steps and he covers about 12 yards. He's 6'8", 225, and he runs that play very well. Watch it. They fake a pitch to the right, throw back to Carmichael. A good block downfield by number 64, it looked like.
Dean Maraldi.
Maraldi did a good job, and he got the most out of that play right down the sideline.
To the 38 of the Eagles and a first down. Out to Williams on a screen. Very decisive turn upfield and good for about 6 yards. Jim Collins, the tackler, number 50.
A little bit the same kind of a play, except this time they throw it to a back instead of Carmichael. High percentage kind of a play. Look at this. Green Bay 28 and Chicago 14. Look at this one again. Cincinnati 23, Pittsburgh 10.
Green Bay is trying to even their record. And if the Steelers lose, why, Cleveland could move into a tie with them. Jaworski is 15 out of 29, 143 yards, 2 intercepted at 2nd and 4. Oliver's the setback.
This is when it's fun to play quarterback, 2nd and 4.
Oliver caught the ball, has some running room. The Rams recover quickly, and it's good for about 2 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 3. Nolan Cromwell back into the game after being shaken up earlier. Made the hit and makes it 3rd and 3.
Linebacker Jim Collins got out there in good shape, too, but they had the place surrounded. He didn't have much of an opportunity to run with the football. The linebackers and the defensive back really covered well.
7:41 left in the game. We haven't had any scoring since the Rams tied it with a field goal with 1:03 left in the half. Scoreless 3rd quarter, and we have 7:41 left in the game. High formation on 3rd down and 1.5 yards.
I didn't see a play-action fake here, Jack.
That's what I was thinking.
Yep.
Oliver is stuffed. Let's see what kind of progress they give him. I'm guessing that he didn't make it. But, of course, the Eagles could gamble. They're out of the playoffs, and they could do whatever they want. And on the other hand, he may have made it. I'm changing my mind, and I say he did make it now. Jack Youngblood was the primary tackler. 7:32 left.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jack. I think he did make it.
Did or didn't?
He did.
Yep. First down, Eagles at their 48. 7:32 remaining. It's getting to the point now where if the Eagles were to score, the Rams would be in trouble time-wise. Although there is ample time left in the game. But the way the Eagles have stopped them all afternoon, it could be tough.
You're right. It's going to be very difficult for them to just take the ball and move it down the field unless they come up with some bigger plays than what they've had so far in the game.
Carmichael's to the right, Quickest to the left. Usually the other way around. Let's see what they do. First down pass, 4-man rush, short pass dropped by Williams. Hit by Collins.
That time they doubled Carmichael. Normally they've been doubling Quick on the other side. This time they crossed him up and double covered Carmichael. Watch it on the left side of your picture. There. Carmichael, watch the defensive back.
First it's Harris, the cornerback.
Yeah, Harris comes up. You see he gives him a little shot, and then the defensive back is coming over. but the ball is already thrown, and for that reason why you don't see the true coverage. But there you see Johnny Johnson coming into the picture late.
2nd and 10 at their 48. Oh, almost picked off by Johnny Johnson. Tried to force the ball to Oliver, the running back, and it's 3rd down.
Man-for-man coverage on Oliver that time with Johnny Johnson, and he's in a good position. Should have made that catch.
Exactly 7 minutes remaining in regulation time. There's Marion Campbell, head coach of the Eagles. We'll check those standings again as you saw them going in. The Rams 8-5, a game ahead of the Saints and the 49ers. Atlanta losing. Started the day 2 ahead of Atlanta. That's why it's so important to the Rams. The Eagles are out of it, but having fun. 3rd and 10. Little swing pass out here. The Haddocks got a 1st down. They brought in Michael Haddocks, swung it to him. Took advantage of the double coverage downfield, and Eric Harris had to make the tackle.
Well, they made a good fake inside, and it was really single coverage on this side. They fake inside to Oliver and then throw the ball outside, and you see the linebacker had him covered man for man. And they see Youngblood coming into the picture trying to make a play, but they crossed him up. It was a well-executed play, and they crossed him up with a call.
And Haddocks did some good running to the Ram 36-yard line. Now quick left, Carmichael Wright, and this crowd rooting for the Eagles to upset Los Angeles here today. Michael Williams in the backfield. First down pass to Williams. Screen. Flag is down, and Williams got short yards. 6:02 left. Flag is thrown. Jim Collins made the defensive hit. Holding. Eagles. And the Rams will take this one. Push them out of field goal range. So instead of the 36, it's the 46, and it's 1st and 20.
76 offense, holding, still 1st down.
Not too many penalties, not many flags have been thrown.
Coming into the game, talking about penalties, the Eagles had 69 penalties, and the Rams had 78.
The ball rests at the Ram 46-yard line with 6 minutes left. Of course, these figures were 2 picked off today. Rams show a 3-man front. It's a 4-man rush with a linebacker. And another flag is thrown as Williams caught the ball. He was really drilled by Urban. And it may be another holding call. It is against the Eagles, and that'll make it 1st and 30.
Looks like it might have been on Jerry Sizemore, the right tackle. Whether it was or not, I don't know, but it might have been.
This ball is going to be put down now into Philadelphia territory.
You know, it's surprising that you'd have a holding penalty on that kind of a play on a check pattern. Let's see what they call.
76 offense.
That's
holding.
it.
He hooked him across the
Jerry
chest.
Sizemore.
Still 1st down.
Leonard Mitchell had started at the right tackle spot. Sizemore is in there now. He's an 11-year veteran. He was caught. 4 Eagle penalties, 40 yards.
That kind of a play, Jack, you're trying to invite the end to the outside so your back can get inside and then dunk the ball to him, and it's surprising you'd be holding on that kind of a play.
1st and 30. Four-man rush again. Pass is caught for about 4 or 5 yards. That's all by Williams. Michael was tackled by Jim Collins. Now we have exactly 5.5 minutes left.
Yeah, the Rams play a zone defense, but really once, you know, if you throw the ball away from the strong side of the zone, meaning away from where the tight end lines up, that's the strong side. Away from the tight end is the weak side. If you throw something in that area, once the receiver gets in the area, it's man for man. And it would be worthwhile occasionally to try to throw something deep just to make sure you stretch that zone.
2nd and 25, 26 actually. Only a 3-man rush. And it's intercepted by Collins. That's what happens on long yardage, and he stays in bounds. He's down to the 29. The third one picked off by the Rams today.
And that's why, you know, if you always just throw short, Jack, continue to throw short, those linebackers and defensive backs are not worried about anything deep, and they hang in there tough, and they come up with a big play, just like we just saw with Jim Collins, number 50, making that interception.
With 4:50 left, and that for Collins, his second of the year, the third of the day for the Rams. Harris, Irvin, and now Collins.
Watch again now. They get their drops. Collins to the right of your picture. Here he comes right in the middle, and he threw it right to him. Makes a good catch, runs well down the sideline with the ball away from pressure, makes an inside move, and makes sure he covers the ball up well once he was hit, and they have great field position on the plus 30.
And the tight end of the Eagles, Vito Cab, has been shaken up. He's being tended to with 4:50 left in the game. The ball is right at the Eagle 30-yard line, and if the Rams miss on this opportunity, why, an upset really could come about. Well, we have some action for you next Sunday. It's a doubleheader day. The 49ers on CBS against the Buffalo Bills. It starts with It starts at 12:30 Eastern time, and that game will be seen in San Diego, Bakersfield, and Santa Maria. We'll also have the Eagles hosting the Saints. Those of you in Harrisburg will see that one along with the Washington-Dallas game, a real showdown shaping up, as will those of you who see the Washington-Dallas game in Bakersfield, Santa Maria, and Los Angeles, all here on CBS Sports. A doubleheader day next Sunday, and the Redskins and the Cowboys will draw on each other.
They've been waiting for that game for a long, long time. Not only the Cowboys and the Redskins, but people, I think, all over the country are waiting anxiously for that game to be played.
First game of the year. First game of the year for the two teams, why Dallas went to Washington and beat them by 1 point. Here's how Vito Cab sustained the injury.
Watching the upper left-hand corner.
Number 84.
84. He's going downfield. Turns and slid. And goes to the turf, and evidently looked like he might have twisted his knee in the process.
And you saw Gary Jeter was right on top of the quarterback Jaworski as he threw the ball, which eventually was intercepted by Collins. And Jim ran the ball back to the Eagle 30-yard line.
But you see, he tried to make the break. He tried to slow down a little bit, wound up on his heels, Jack. And anytime you do that, you're going to slide on synthetic turf, especially when it's wet.
If there's one fellow that well, there are two fellows the Eagles missed this year. Wilbert Montgomery, of whom we spoke earlier, he has a tender knee, and John Spagnola, the tight end. And they really miss him. And unfortunately, we see his replacement, Vito Cab, being carried off the field. And when the Eagles go back on offense, Sampleton will be playing tight end. In the fourth quarter, Buffalo has a 5-point lead over Kansas City. Buffalo very much in the hunt with their record of 7-6. Atlanta's come back, but they still trail by 23 in the fourth quarter at Washington. Some good news for you Ram fans with regard to Houston. I'll tell you about it here in a moment. It's a first down at the 30-yard line. Dickerson cracks down to the 28-yard line with Ken Clark, the nose tackle, making the hit on the play. Here's a final score for you. New Orleans was knocked off at New England in the snow by the score of 7-0. And now, if the Rams win, they can go 2 games ahead of New Orleans, if not ahead of San Francisco. 49ers play later today. 2nd and 8. 4:16 left in this game. Tied 6-6.
Got one-on-one on the right side, Jack.
Dickerson again, a big hole up the middle, and he's down to the 21, short of a first down by a half a yard. Tackled by Dennis Harrison.
Another good straight-ahead shot with good blocking up front by the offensive line. Kent Hill, Doug Smith, Hera, Slater, and also Bain, all of them getting off the ball in good shape.
Here's another final score for you. They had their hands full, but Miami has won their Their 10th game of the year, and they play next Saturday at home against Atlanta on CBS. 3 tight ends, 3rd and 1, and a first down rush. First down inside the 20-yard line. And that offensive line is holding forth as Ferragamo sneaked for the first down. 3:28 left in the game.
They got to really do a good job now of just making sure they don't fumble the ball, take as much time as they possibly can, let the 30-second clock run down to about 5 seconds before they snap the ball, and that's the approach they ought to use.
And we'll stay on after this game. We'll have a post-game show, interviews with some of the winning players, all the scores of all the games. So don't go away when the gun sounds. Dickerson has rushed for 95 yards on 25 carries, first down at the 19. He can move it, can he? He's inside the 15-yard line, and that puts him right at the 100 mark.
See, there you saw Clark again, number 71 on the nose, guessing, went way to his right. Dickerson went right behind the play and went up the middle and made a nice gain on the play.
He got 6 yards, and he's over the 100 mark. He did it again.
And did it the hard way. Nothing easy. He had to struggle for that yardage today.
That's his 9th 100-yard game. That ties the rookie record in the National Football League. First down at the 14. Now the Rams are interested in the score. 2:20 left in the game. We're tied 6-6. Dickerson waited and then got only a yard. Ran into the arms of Ken Clark, number 71.
They're doing a good job of using the 30-second clock. That time it went down to about 5 seconds, and that's what they have to do to make as much time as they possibly can.
It is 3rd down and 4 coming up. 2 minutes left in the game. 6-6, 2 minutes left. We're in the final period. John Robinson, there's Marion Campbell. All of this after the interception by Jim Collins of the Rams. The ball at the Eagle 13.
Now you got to make a decision, Jack, on this situation, 3rd and 4. You want to take a shot into the end zone and hope that you get a big play, maybe a pass interference, or make the play, or decide you're going to have 2 downs to make 4 yards. Let's see what they elect to do. Well, they got a one-on-one situation on the right side again. Look at that.
3rd down. Will they chance a pass? No, they give it to Dickerson. He is short of a first down. A strong tackle by Wes Hopkins, number 48, who wouldn't let him get away. And now the Eagles call timeout. They stop the clock with 1:50 remaining. What they're doing here is assuming that the Rams are going to get a field goal and take the lead. Now they want some time to play with the ball when they get it. Ed Hopkins started the game with a bad groin. He was a doubtful starter today. He's played a beautiful football game.
Talking to him yesterday, there's no way in the world that he wasn't going to play against his old friend Eric Dickerson, and the same with Harvey Armstrong, both of whom had dinner with him last night, and they're all 3 very good friends.
Well, the ball is at the 11. Lansford has kicked 2 out of 3 today, and he'll be trying a field goal about 31 yards or so. He kicks off with the shoes on, but he boots the extra points and field goals. Actually, the extra points he uses a shoe, but on the field goals he takes his shoe off. Nolan Cromwell will hold the ball, and the Rams are happy that Cromwell is back in after being shaken up. That's an important part of this operation.
And remember, he was a quarterback in college, throws the ball very well, is an excellent runner in case there's any kind of a problem.
The ball will be 28 yards away from the crossbar. Don't forget, New Orleans has already lost their game. This is a big play in the Rams season. Cromwell did a great job, and the kick is good. What a good job Cromwell did on a bad snap.
You talk about a good play, and you overlook that. You take that kind of a play for granted, but boy, it was a bad snap. He got it up there in good shape for him to make the kick. Lansford.
If Cromwell hadn't been in there, they likely would have missed this.
Yeah, watch that. He fumbles it, but he gets it in place very quickly. Right on the spot, and he drilled it right through there like a frozen rope.
With 1:46 left in this game. And the Eagles did a smart thing a while ago by calling a timeout. They have but 1 left, but that movement gave them 1:46 to play with the ball.
They got a lot of time, And of course, the big thing here is that it's very difficult to take the ball, and especially depending on where the field position is going to be, and not make some kind of a mistake yourself offensively. That's what they have to be careful of. They must make the Rams stop them rather than them stopping themselves.
After the interception by Collins, 19 yards in 7 plays. With some good running by Dickerson, who went over the 100 mark, and the drive took 3 minutes and 4 seconds. Now there's Glenn Young hoping to give the Eagles good field position.
The big thing is now that the Rams really have to do a good job from a coverage standpoint.
Here's Lansford with a short kick toward the sideline, out of bounds, and he'll have to kick from the 30. Well, that was terrible, wasn't it?
Awful.
Awful.
It looked like one of those trick balloons going up in the air that time with the air coming out of it. He punched the ball that time, Jack. He didn't follow through at all.
Now he'll have to kick from the 30, and the Eagles are almost assured of good field position.
That's exactly what you didn't want to have happen.
New Orleans lost their game earlier, as we mentioned, and now Cincinnati has whipped Pittsburgh 23-10. If Cleveland can win at Denver today, they'll be in a first-place tie in the Central Division of the AFC.
It's crazy, isn't it? And then Cincinnati looked so bad the other day against Miami. You didn't think they could come back and beat Pittsburgh, although Pittsburgh looked terrible against the Detroit Lions on Thanksgiving Day.
Glenn Young takes the ball at the 11, 20, 25, 30-yard line, and you'll see some ferocious defensive play by the Rams as they try to protect this 3-point lead. The ball is marked down at the 28. A little altercation breaks out. Ivory Sully made that tackle. The officials get things squared away, and we have 1:41 left in the game. Jaworski's been intercepted 3 times. The ball is at his 29. The Eagles have 1 timeout remaining. Hoover, a real speedster, goes to the left along with Quick, and Woodruff is the wide receiver to the right. Maddox is in the backfield with Oliver.
They got to put some pressure on Jaworski.
It's a 3-man rush. Now the 4th man jumps right over Jaworski, and Oliver catches the ball, and he is out of bounds at the 37. He picked up about 9 yards.
There again, Andrews leaving his feet. Had he just run right through him, he'd have made the play. But the Cardinal sin never to, you raise your arms, but you don't want to leave your feet. He did it again this time and enabled Jaworski to get rid of the ball in good shape. The longest field goal Franklin has kicked this year is 52 yards.
1:34 left in the game.
They got to keep away from that 30-yard line.
2nd down and 1. 1st down now for the Eagles. Out to their 42. 1st down at the 42-yard line. Youngblood and Owens made the tackle. And the hurry-up offense for Philadelphia. At the 43-yard line.
So now when you talk about a prevent defense, you got to keep away from that 35-yard line, Jack. That's what the prevent is in this situation.
Jaworski against the 3-man rush. It's caught by Quick. Don't let him get away. He's down to the 40-yard line. The clock continues to run. The Eagles have only 1 more timeout. They might even throw the ball away here. They've got ample time. 50 seconds. Gary Jeter made the tackle.
Yeah, they got a lot of time.
From the 40, 1st down, batted down by Reggie Doss. That stops the clock with 40 seconds left.
Boy, that's the 3rd time he's touched the ball on defense. A great play by Reggie Doss, number 71.
And I've been along the sideline. Tony Franklin is anticipating an effort to try to tie this game. We'll watch that reception by Quick a moment ago.
Let's seal off the middle in good shape. Look at the lane he's got to see and throw through. Quick makes the catch. Look at him take off around the outside. There's a block downfield, and finally Johnny Johnson is in on the tackle.
Quick has caught 7 today. 1st down at the 40 of the Rams. Rams lead 9-6.
They double covering the outside guy. Something inside would be appropriate. Across the middle.
Jaworski with a lot of running room. He gets a 1st down. He's still in bounds. 1st down inside the 30 at the 29, and they call a timeout. A timeout is called by the Eagles. They have no more left. 28 seconds remaining.
I'm surprised that they didn't try to run it out of bounds to stop the clock, Jack. He had an opportunity.
He already had the first down.
Yeah, watch this.
Jaworski ran to the 29.
Yeah, he had a chance to run it out of bounds, but he lowered his shoulder and tried to get the defensive back.
Well, they're already within field goal range for Franklin. 28 seconds remaining in the game. The Rams leading 9-6. It is a first down at the Los Angeles 29.
And as I mentioned earlier, Franklin coming into the game has kicked 14 of 21. He's missed one here this afternoon, 14 of 22, and the longest he's made is 52 yards.
And this is 29. It would be 39. It'd be about 45 yards, 46 yards.
About 46-yard field goal. That's still a long way in a day like this, especially when you're kicking it like Joe Kulakakua used to do in Hawaii, barefooted.
Okay, we have a roaring finish to what has been a slugging sort of game throughout. We're down to the final 28 seconds. The run really opened up for Jaworski. He saw it, took it, got a first down to bring about and now the Rams have to worry about losing it because Quick can really hurt him in the end zone. There is Franklin along the sideline. He already has his shoe off. He has the gun cocked. I talked to him the other day about how he said it was so hot where he grew up down in Texas that he used to play in a pair of shorts and barefoot, and he was kicking barefoot, and it didn't bother him. Then when he tried to use the shoe, he didn't kick as well, so he decided to kick in that fashion. Meanwhile, the Rams have to keep him out of the end zone, Hank.
They surely do.
28 seconds left. No more timeouts for Philadelphia. Jaworski is 20 out of 38, 193 yards, and 3 interceptions. There's a flyer on the right side, Hoover, along with Quick and Woodruff to the left. The Rams would love a sack. That would save the day. Jaworski throws long, and it is a touchdown by Woodruff. Cover. Tony Woodruff caught the 29-yard touchdown pass. The Eagles don't look like a team that's out of the playoffs, do they?
Well, they don't. That's where they played here the last week and this week. They're playing with a lot of animation, a lot of enthusiasm, trying like gangbusters, and there was a great illustration of it right there.
Now they have a 12-9 lead. Franklin will attempt to make it 13-9 with only 21 seconds left. Good. Now that forces the Rams to get a touchdown, so they can't tie it with a field goal. 6 plays, 81 yards, 120 it took. And we'll watch the replay of the reception by Tony Woodruff, his second touchdown pass of the year.
Yeah, they had the backs in to make sure they had good pass protection, and Jaworski had time to throw the ball and deliver it right over the top. Look at it. It was a perfectly thrown ball. The Leroy Irvin was right there, covered it well, but it was perfectly thrown, and you have to give him an awful lot of credit. Tony Woodruff, he makes the catch, number 83. Boy, what a great play.
Woodruff started last week against the Redskins, and he dropped a couple of balls early, and they jerked him out of the lineup. Jaworski, 21 out of 39, 221 yards, 3 interceptions, but 1 touchdown.
I would sure not kick this ball up in the air, Jack. I would kick a knuckleball to make him try to field it without having an opportunity to set up any kind of a return. Let's see how they elect to kick it.
Boy, they'll love this news down in New Orleans where their team lost. So they'll stay only 1 game behind with 2 left, including a game at New Orleans, the final game of the regular season. Here's a line drive kick, and it goes into the end zone. It'll be down there, so we still have 21 seconds remaining, and the ball will come out to the 20-yard line as Ellard didn't handle it. There's Johnny Robinson. He has 3 timeouts to employ, but only 21 seconds to do something about a 4-point deficit.
Yeah, it's got to go 80 yards in 21 seconds.
That's why that last extra point was so darn important, and the Eagles got it. There was Murder, a 29-yard touchdown pass. It was the lack of rush with that 3-man rush that allowed him to set up and throw the ball, Hank.
He didn't take a very deep drop, though, boy. He got rid of the ball. It was man-for-man coverage, and it would have been tough to put any pressure on him the way he threw that one.
I thought perhaps the Rams may blitz to try to get them out of field goal range, but they played it straight. And Jaworski hit. Now it's a 3-man rush by the Eagles. Ferragamo to Allard. Allard still going. Oh, he ran into his own man. He's to midfield. He's still going. He's to the 44. 8 seconds left. 7. First down. If he hadn't run into his own man, he'd gotten even more yardage. Timeout called by the Rams with only 7 seconds left. The tackle by Harvey Armstrong. You know, Hank, if he hadn't run to his own man, he'd have gone further downfield and maybe even cleared and gone all the way.
Yeah, he would have. Yeah, he would have. And Ferragamo already put that one right on the money. So he has time to throw the ball, step and throw it. Look at the catch he makes. Now watch out here. He makes a sideway move.
He ran into Barber.
Barber
was blocking for him. Then Farmer made a block.
Yeah, and then he bounced off of Farmer, but bounced off into the inside, and was finally knocked down. The ball's on about the plus 40, what, 3?
43-yard line. What do you do now?
43-yard line. 7 seconds left. You can't fool around too much, Jack. 7 seconds. You got a chance to throw 2 balls possibly, and that's it.
To the sideline.
Well, yeah, but they got 2 timeouts left.
And of course, this year, anybody on the field can call a timeout to any official. Ferragamo, 17-32, 232 yards.
See, in this kind of a situation, you got to double cover the outside receivers. You can't let him throw the ball to the outside receiver so he can stop the clock. You got to make him throw the ball inside to take as much time as possible. Let's see if that happens now with the Eagles. They must double cover the outside receivers to force them to throw inside so they can't stop the clock with an outside move.
The only thing the Rams have to show for the day, 3 field goals. These Eagles have been tough. 7 seconds left. The ball will, snap of the ball will start the clock. 3-man front for Philadelphia. Watch that clock. Ferragamo airs it out long. 1 second left. Game's over. And now the 49ers playing at home against, look at that head coach, Marion Campbell. You think he just won the Super Bowl? That's his 5th win of the year.
Well, he said all week long, we got to start here. We got to start from someplace, and this is a good time to start to prove that we're still a good football team and that we're capable of beating a fine team like the Los Angeles Rams. They pulled it off.
It's their first win at home. It snaps the 7-game losing streak. They upset the Rams by 4. And there goes Johnny Robinson. He'll pull it back together as they will play at home in Anaheim next week. Next Sunday against New England. So the Eagles have pulled off an upset, 13-9. We're going to be joining Brent Musburger. We had a hot finish.